It's the Orioles on Masson, and it's a day game here at Camden Yards as the Red Sox and the Orioles will wrap up this three-game stand. And this is the rubber match of the three-game set. The Orioles with a chance to get their fourth consecutive series win against the Red Sox. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. If they get that fourth consecutive win against Boston, it'll be the first time since 1960 that the Orioles have been able to do that. With the win last night, they gave up only 2 hits. That is a low on the season for the Red Sox. For the Orioles, they remain in first place in the American League. As far as wins are concerned, they've got 28. And a big part of the season has been the home run. This is a ball club that is relying on it. The anatomy of a home run. It has come from both the right, left side of the plates. It's come from everybody in the lineup, including the players who aren't necessarily in there every day. For the Orioles, without it, they don't win. 67 home runs leading the majors. Adam Jones leading the Orioles, tied for second in the league. 28 of those have been in the 7th inning or later. Wilson Betemit, 6, both leading Major League Baseball. And 51 home runs against right-handers leads the major leagues, 6 in the last 7 games. 42 have been solo, a high percentage. But for the Orioles, they have all counted. And Mike Bordick, they've all led to the best record in the American League.
Well, they're certainly swinging it, boy, and you know, everybody loves the long ball, and the Orioles are impressing them. Late inning home runs have been a key for their success. Obviously, going back to the bullpen, keeping them in ball games, but to have that confidence to go up there and know that one swing of the bat can put the team up or put them out of reach has been huge to build the confidence for this team. And I talked to Jim Presley earlier today, and so much fun listening to his philosophy on hitting. He's always preaching aggressive in the zone, good tight bat path, and so many guys have taken hold of this. They're hitting balls that are middle away, and they're pulling balls for home runs. So just that confidence and that aggressiveness at the plate has really set them apart.
And Mike, you got to do that with the Orioles because there are a lot of strikeouts in this lineup. They fit into more double plays than any other American League team. They aren't a running team. They're not going to steal a lot of bases. So you really have got to have the home run in this lineup, don't you?
Well, I don't think they want to depend on that and rely on it, although early on in this part of the season they have. They'd like to play consistent baseball and be thorough all the way through with execution and handling the bat well, getting guys on base. But, boy, they're going to ride this out until they have to make adjustments. You saw last night they were unable to execute the bunt with Xavier Avery a couple times, but then the next inning, Wilson Betemit hits that big 2-run home run. They don't want to rely on it. They want to play consistently offensively, but it's been a huge part of their plan.
And the Orioles starting pitching, well, last night, Brian Mattis, an enormous step again to becoming an integral part of this rotation. He gave up only 2 hits in the game. He was as good as you can get in the ball game last night.
Yeah, and the Red Sox lineup has been so hot as of late. The last couple of weeks, they've just been coming on strong, scoring a lot of runs, and Brian Mattis shut him down. What a performance. You could just see his confidence. He was throwing that breaking ball with great conviction last night, and if he can stay on that kind of roll and get back to his form in 2010, boy, what good things can be in the future for this ball club.
What a help that would be for the rotation. We talked about the series against the Red Sox. I mean, obviously very important in these division games, and the Orioles this year playing them really well.
They are playing their division well, toughest division in baseball, and they're stepping up to this challenge and playing really good baseball, looking for another big win today from Jake Arrieta, but competition-wise, man, they're answering every call.
The Orioles will try and get it done here today. Can they take 2 out of 3 against Boston? They swept in Fenway. A chance to have this series win with a victory in this afternoon's game. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Jeep. Jeep and the unique brand of freedom you'll find only in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Big crowd on hand for the day game here at Camden Yards. Take a look at our train game time temperature. It is very humid and 77 degrees, mostly overcast skies. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Starting lineup for the Red Sox, brought to you by Dodge. Aviles, Pedroia, and Ortiz, Gonzalez, Youkilis, and Middlebrooks. Nava, Pasetnik, Scott Pasetnik, who came up with the team yesterday, and Kelly Shopik will get to do the catching. There are the numbers for Shopik lifetime against the Orioles. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com. Check out their powerful lineup.
And here's the AFCIA intelligence report. Jake Arrieta's got to find some consistency. Jake had a few starts this year where he's shown that he could be one of the most dominant pitchers in the game. But then he's had these other starts where he's really struggled, and he's had to battle to really never find a good rhythm on the mound. He's coming off a great start in Washington, so he's looking to build on that. Trust in stuff. Jake continues to impress with his live fastball, great curveball, and tight slider. And he will have consistent success with all those pitches when he can trust that they will be there and not force them. Compete. One of Jake's best qualities is that he's a fierce competitor. Mattis was able to quiet the hot-hitting Red Sox lineup last night, and Jake is looking to do the same and lead his team to a series win. Visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros.
And we are ready to go as Mike Aviles will be in the leadoff spot. You see the numbers. Arrieta overall, opponents hitting .254 against him. But the left-hander's much better than the right-handers, 282 to 219. And we're underway. Aviles' pitch will be taken, and it will be a ball as he did square around. Bettamy playing at third base will move in a little bit. Mike Aviles, the shortstop, 2 hits in 9 at-bats so far in this series. And that's an inside corner strike to him. Arrieta's 0-2 lifetime against the Red Sox. It is his first start against them this season. The 1-1 delivery, shattered bat. It'll go to short. Long throw, Andino high and did not get him. Andino, wouldn't you know, moving over from second. It's only his second start at shortstop this year, and the first ball is hit to him.
Right, it's always going to find you, but Robert takes his ground balls at shortstop, makes a nice play to get to it, sets up, but then just kind of lets it get away, airmails it a little bit. Chris Davis does a nice job on the end, trying to stay on the bag, but not able to. Arrieta with a good pitch inside, shattering the bat.
The Aviles gets the leadoff single. Here's Pedroia. Dustin Pedroia coming in with a 2 for 8 so far in this series. He's tied for 4th in the league with 14 doubles, tied for 6th with 29 runs, and tied for 4th in hits. He's got 54 on the year. Aviles at first in the 0-1 delivery, and Pedroia will put it up in the air to right field. And Markakis.
Well, here's the Orioles defense tonight. Xavier Avery in left field, Adam Jones in center, Markakis in right. Wilson Bennett moves over to third base tonight. Andino at short, Flaherty at second base, Chris Davis at first, and Exposito doing the catching.
So 1 away with a runner at first, and here's Ortiz. Big numbers on the season for Ortiz. As a designated hitter, he is 5th in average, 1st in homers, and 3rd in RBIs among all of the DHs in the American League. Oriole pitching has done a pretty good job against him so far this season. And he will take the pitch inside for a ball. He's had a couple of hits and 4 at-bats lifetime off Arrieta. He's had only 1 hit and 8 at-bats in this particular series, and on the season only 3 for 20.
Right, well, with Ortiz, they have continued to play that shift. Wilson Bennett slides over in that shortstop position. And I saw Robert Andino talking to him a little bit earlier when they started the shift about who's going to be covering. And if Robert obviously has to move to his left, Wilson Bennett's going to have to become the shortstop and make that turn.
You got Flaherty starting at second base for the 4th time, Andino for the 2nd time at short, and Bettamy moving from 1st to 3rd. Wow, what a tailing away pitch that was. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Ortiz.
Yeah, great movement here on a changeup, down and away, super location. Great late action.
Ortiz turned around and asked Brian Gorman, home plate umpire, whether it was a strike or not. You see Ortiz in the numbers here in May, the 4 home runs, a big April, big start for him. You had to cool off after you started with those kind of numbers. Arrieta's got a 1-2 count. Avila's on at first base. And he got him. And again, a great pitch. That one coming down and in on him.
Well, that breaking ball was an effective pitch for him his last start, and he goes right back to it. Down in the zone, you saw a lot of chases last night with Brian Mattis's breaking ball, and I'm sure Jake Arrieta took note of that. And he gets another swing and miss on a real tight breaking ball.
So after the leadoff base hit, 2 outs, and here's Gonzalez. He and Ortiz changing spots in the 3rd and 4th position in the batting order at times. Gonzalez 2 for 8 in the series, does have a 3-game hit streak, and he has been, of all the hitters in the lineup, the best against Arrieta so far. 5 for 8 with a home run lifetime against Jake Arrieta. Same shift on against Gonzalez as they had against Ortiz. And the 1-0 delivery, trying to stay inside, will miss it. 2-0.
Yeah, this time though, Flaherty a little bit deeper on the outfield grass because there's 2 outs. Kind of playing a short right field.
Outfield very deep on Gonzalez. 3 home runs on the year. Here's the 2-0 delivery by Arrieta. Challenged him up high with a heater and a 2-1 count.
Well, when he can locate down in the zone, that makes that 95-mile-an-hour fastball that much more effective up in the zone. And he's thrown some changeups down. Saw him strike Ortiz out with that breaking ball down, and that's a live fastball up.
Avila's not going anywhere at first base. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to be down low, and the count will go to 3-1. Arrieta's coming off the non-decision game against Washington, where he gave up only a run on 6 hits in 7 innings. He allowed a base runner in all 7 innings, but only the 1 run. His last win came on May 2 against the Yankees. Since then, he's had losses against Texas, Tampa Bay, and the non-decision against the Nationals. 3-1 delivery. That'll go into the shift. Flaherty in shallow right field will make the play. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take a look at the Orioles lineup, once again shuffled by the manager, when we come back. Shuffle lineup. Let's take a look at it. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It's Avery, Andino, and Markakis, Jones, Davis, and Benamme, Johnson, Flaherty, and Exposito. This month, as compared to last, much better for Nick Johnson.
Oh, here's the AFC intelligence report on Daniel Bard. Command issues. It's been a problem. Bard has averaged over 4 walks per game in his last 3 starts. So look for the Orioles to be patient, make him work, and take advantage of his mistakes. His velocity's down. Since becoming a starter, his fastball's in the low 90s. When he was working out of the bullpen, he was blowing hitters away with 98, 99, and at times 100-mile-an-hour heat. Home run challenge tonight. Bard has given up only 2 home runs in his 42 innings of work, but he's matched up against the best power-hitting team in baseball.
And Avery gets the leadoff spot against the right-hander. You've got the Orioles. Buck Showalter putting the speed at the top here, back-to-back in Avery and Andino. Why? Well, part of it may be that if you get on against Bard, base stealers are 5 out of 6. So maybe Buck Showalter, looking at that, decided to group a little speed what the Orioles have together and try and get something going if they can get on. Avery's had an 0 for 7 in this series, still looking for his first hit against the Red Sox. He'll take that one for a strike, and the count will go to 2-1. Bard is coming off a loss at Philadelphia, where he gave up 5 runs, 3 hits in 5 innings, and he gave up 4 of those 5 runs in the first inning. And that one in tight on the fist, 2-2.
And that fastball took off up in the zone. Avery chases it up and in.
Bobby Valentine hoping Bard can settle down a little bit. He's walking as many as he strikes out, what Mike was talking about. 2-2 delivery, a little roller, good as a bunt. Base hit coming up. Ball will get away, but Avery will stay right there. Oh. Just a roller that Shopik on his knees tried to make the play to first on.
Oh, that speed, it kills. Here Bard makes a pretty good pitch, but Avery just out of the box. And it was Bard actually barehanding that ball. Comes in, barehand. Nice effort, but ill-advised throw right there by Bard.
Lucky he didn't throw that down the line further.
Right.
So now let's see what Buck Showalter has in mind. Here's the setting that he may have been dreaming about by putting these two together at the top. You've got Avery with his great speed, and Dino with his at the plate. Throw over to get Avery back. Avery 1 stolen base. Bear in mind he's playing in just his 11th game. And Dino looking down to third to DeMarlo Hale to see what might be on here. In at third base is Middlebrooks. And Dino's had a 1 for 8 in this series. Now hitting at 256. Does show bunt, and will take it for a strike. See Bard and that ERA.
Yeah, it obviously goes up towards the end of the game. Has a rough time at first, through the first and the third. Settles down, it seems, in the middle. But even with his velocity down, I know we talked about that earlier, he seems to have some pretty good movement right there. I was talking to Nick Johnson earlier about him today, and he said his fastball isn't straight.
That's up the middle and a base hit. Willie tried for third. Nope. Posednik playing in center field, kind of an unknown quantity arm-wise, but the Orioles have 2 on.
Oh, well, here's that cut fastball right here. Stays out over the middle of the plate. Robert Andino knows what to do with it. Hard back up to the middle. Pretty good effort right there by Aviles. And Posednik closes the distance pretty well to keep Avery at bay right there at second base.
Well, the Orioles get a chance right away. Nick Markakis coming up. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Markakis with a 7-game hit streak. He's gone 3 for 7 in this series. Outfield playing him to go the other way. Pitch will be taken outside for a ball. You're seeing some of the problems Bard has had early on this year with that 3-5 record. He's retired 67% of leadoff batters. You'd like that to be a little higher. He does fall behind on hitters, having to work from behind in the count, as he's done here. 1-0. Middlebrooks is actually playing bunt at third, and the pitch is taken down low, and the count goes to 2-0.
Well, I mean, sometimes Nick showed bunt last night, and early in the ball game, you want to try to make a mark on the board as soon as you can. So Bobby Valentine's thinking right now might be that Markakis made bunt. I don't think so.
No. We would be surprised, shall we say?
Yeah.
If that actually happened here. Nick did not have a sacrifice bunt last year. 2-0 count, 2 on, nobody out. Markakis left field. Nava going over. Runner will tag. Avery's going to go. Here's the throw to third, and he got in. And down to second goes Andino. I think surprising everybody, Avery actually took off rather than bluffing.
Well, really aggressive heads-up base running right there by Avery. Sees the ball taking Nava back. Nava kind of surprised on that play. And we saw Avery do this in the Washington series, taking advantage of Bryce Harper in center field. When Harper went back on a fly ball, kind of turned his back, and Avery took off and made it to second base. And once again, we see it today. Avery very aggressive. You don't see many base runners take that kind of chance, but with that speed, puts him at a different level.
And Andino alert right behind him. So let's see what Jones can do with this, as the Orioles, with only one away, have 2 in scoring position for their hottest hitter. 14-game hit streak for Adam Jones, 3 for 8 in the series, and he'll foul it back for a strike. Adam has just been tearing it up as a career-high 14-game hit streak in which he's had 6 home runs and that .339 batting average. Boy, the Orioles would love to jump on Bard here in the first inning.
Well, they sure would. I mean, try to keep this Red Sox team at bay. Mattis did a great job of it last night. And great competition, like we talked about in the East. So to make some marks early, put some pressure on them, and take some pressure off the Orioles.
That'll miss outside. And the count goes to 1-1 on Jones. The Orioles coming into this game 3 for 15 with runners in scoring position in the series. Adam Jones has been one of the best for the Orioles all season long in these situations. He's hitting .297 with runners in scoring position with a couple of home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And the fastball's inside.
Well, patience has been a key for Adam Jones. We've talked about his maturity at the plate, and his walks have increased this year slightly, but I think he's just getting more comfortable with his own strike zone, being more aggressive in the strike zone, and that's why you're seeing the numbers so high for Adam this year.
He has hit a home run off Bard. He's 2 for 8 against the Red Sox right-hander. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the off speed. Almost took out Avery and almost got it over the bag. Avery did the dump and roll on that one.
Wow. Well, Adam Jones gets a slider in the middle of the plate, and Avery, pretty athletic move to be able to get out of the way of that one.
Survives to smile about it. Talking with DeMarlo Hale. They both move a little further into foul territory. 2 ball, 2 strike count now on Jones. Bard with 1 away needs a strikeout, and a nice play made. Shopik moved out to block that and holds the runner at third base. 3-2.
Well, Bard, who's had trouble with his slider command this year, spikes one in the dirt. A pretty nice stop right there by Kelly Shopik.
For Adam Jones, one of the game's best 2-strike hitters. He's got 29 2-strike hits, second most in the majors. His average with 2 strikes is .309, 8th best in the majors. And here he is in another one of those situations. 3-2, 1 away. 3-2 pitch, and he walked it, and they're loaded.
Well, here's the Red Sox defense today. Nava in left field. Pasednik gets start in center field. Gonzalez in right. Middlebrooks over at third. Aviles is short. Dustin Pedroia at second. Kevin Youkilis playing first base. And you just saw Kelly Shopik behind the plate make that nice stop.
Boy, what a chance for the Orioles trying to take this rubber match of the 3-game set. Bases loaded. 1 out. Davis, 3-game hit streak. Bard in the stretch. Shift is on, playing into pull in the infield. And he goes after the first one and fouls it back. Started with Avery single. He's at third. Andino picked up the base hit. Then the walk to Jones to load him up. And now Bard and Davis will do battle. Chris Davis has had one chance with the bases loaded this year, 0 for 1. The Orioles have one grand slam, and that was hit by Matt Wieters. 0-1 delivery. 0-2.
There's that 94 mile an hour, a little bit of a cut fastball that gets in on Chris Davis.
You'd think we were in the 7th inning of the ball game already. It's the way the series has been.
Right.
Tense right from the get-go. None better than last night. The Orioles won it 4-1, but it was a one-run ball game right up until Betterman's home run late in the game. And that one is lifted in the air. It's not deep. Now again, does Posednik have any arm? Avery tags. They're going to find out. Here's the throw coming to the plate. Not bad. And he's in. Ball got away. Probably beat him anyway. There's the safe call. Shopik tried to block the plate while trying to catch that ball. Couldn't do it.
Well, he blocked it pretty well. Posednik makes a really good throw right here. And Shopik just buries his left foot in front of the plate to protect it. Ill-advised headfirst slide by Xavier Avery. I'm sure he's going to feel that one. Real lucky he didn't get hurt badly on that play. The catcher's going to expose himself to the front of the plate.
Davis picks up the RBI, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead, and both base runners move up with a play at the plate. Andino to third, Jones to second. Now there are two down, and here's Betemeet, the big home run in the ball game last night. Betemeet trying to get some RBIs. You take a look at the most RBIs for those with a .225 batting average or lower. Bautista on top, Todd Helton, J.D. Martinez, then Wilson Betemeet with 21, and Carlos Pena with 21. Some pretty big offensive names right there. Buck Showalter mentioned that in the press conference today prior to the game. 1-0 delivery, foul back. Showalter saying, I think if you look around, you'll find for that average, he's doing really well in RBIs. Usually when Buck Showalter says something like that, it means he's already looked it up. But we went back and looked it up anyway, and sure enough.
Yeah, well, Wilson has come through in the clutch, as you saw last night. And Buck alluded to the fact that Wilson Betemeet's average is probably going to increase because of his track record.
He's got a big chance right here. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Betemeet facing Bard for the first time. And that pitch is going to catch the corner. Betemeet didn't think so, and the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it took a little off on this breaking ball right here. And it does catch the inside corner. The first breaking ball he's thrown for a strike this afternoon.
Betemeet 222 with runners in scoring position. 23rd pitch of the inning is a foul ball. Wilson Betemeet in the ball game against the Red Sox last night, a homer. He's hitting .357 this season against them, by far the best numbers he has against any of the ball clubs the Orioles have faced this year, and has helped the Orioles gain the 4-1 edge in the season series against the Red Sox. Now Betemeet, a base hit here, scores 2 more runs. Bard's 1-2 delivery, and that one in the air to right, and Adam ball. Gonzalez is there to put it away. The Orioles will pick up 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2 in scoring position. for the Luna Double and get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. Yes, I know it's a day game, but we are subject to our environment, which is usually nighttime, so we keep saying it. Avery came back out. Mike and I were talking between innings about that collision at the plate and whether or not he'd be back out there in left field, because that was a pretty good shot he took. Yeah,
and he's a former football player, so he's used to those big hits, and I wouldn't be surprised next time that he lowers his shoulder instead of tries to dive in to try to touch that plate.
Avery back out. The Orioles have the 1-0 lead as we go to the second inning. Here's Kevin Youkilis. Youkilis coming off the DL with a home run in his first game last night. So a 1-for-3 in the ball game. And Youkilis getting back into the lineup at first base. And he will play a good deal. The lower back problem is what kept him out. Bobby Valentine said yesterday Youkilis feels absolutely safe health-wise at first. A little concerned about third if he went back there because of all the bending and quick moves he'd have to make. But he said at first base, I'm confident my back's not going to bother me. So that's where he is. And that puts Gonzalez into right field again for the fourth time this year. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and stays off that.
Well, here's a look at Gonzalez making the adjustment out to right field. But Kevin Youkilis is a gamer, and I guarantee you there's going to be situations where he has to do some diving over at first base.
And he will.
Yeah, he's not going to let up.
And the count goes to 3-2. He's 1 for 6 lifetime off Arrieta. Outfield pretty much straight away. Wind blowing out to center a little bit now. There aren't rain showers in the area, so we may get a few gusts of winds as we go through the day. Right now, it probably will carry the ball a little bit to left and center field. 3-ball, 2-strike delivery by Arrieta. And a chopper to third. That's a foul ball. Want to make sure we send along our best wishes to Monica Barlow, the Orioles, the public relations director. Love you, miss you. Great to hear that things are going well, and even thinking about getting back to work much sooner than had been anticipated.
Yeah, you've heard some positive remarks around here recently that Monica's on the mend.
That ball towards the corner will be played on a hop by Avery. And Youkilis is on. That's the second hit for the Red Sox. Both have been leadoff singles. Maryland Lottery strike it rich contestant for this game is Curtis Barber from Waldorf. Curtis has already won $500 for being selected. You get $100 more from the Maryland Lottery for every Orioles strikeout recorded. See how you can turn non-winning strike it rich scratch-outs into cash. Enter to win great O's prizes. mdlottery.com/strikeitrich. And good luck, Curtis. Here's Middlebrooks. Takes it down low for a ball. 3 hits, 8 at-bats in the series for the third baseman. The age-old truism when it comes to players who are injured and those coming and going on the DL, it kind of always takes care of itself. And it happened again with the Red Sox with Youkilis ready to come back. They didn't want to get rid of Middlebrooks. He's played so well, but he's playing third base. So you put Youkilis at first. You put Gonzalez in right field. You have Middlebrooks playing at third base. Cody Ross goes on the DL yesterday. So that spot was open, and so did Brian Sweeney go on the DL with a concussion problem, so you bring up Pasednik. It's why managers never want to talk about personnel changes in advance.
Yeah.
What if?
Right, you just never know the situation, what's going to happen. I mean, it changes minute to minute.
It does. Boy, we've seen that in this season. Both of these teams have. 1-2 delivery, nice scoop made. Esposito keeps that ball out in front of him, and the count goes to 2-2. Middlebrooks, of course, a rookie, highly touted. The most multi-hit games by rookies: Mike Trout, Jesus Montero, Cespedes, who is injured now, and Middlebrooks tied at 6. Brian Dozier, Irving Fowler. But this kid's going to be a real everyday star, it seems like, for the Red Sox for a long time. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and he'll foul it off.
Well, he's gotten an opportunity to play. He's taken advantage of it. He's showing that he can play at a high level consistently here in the early going. And sometimes that's all that players ask, is just give them a chance. Let them show you what they're capable of doing, and he's taking advantage of it.
Jake Arrieta with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Arrieta looking for the ground ball. Short lead at first base for Euclid. And that's going to be outside, and another full count, 3-2. So Arrieta piling up some pitches here on these 3-2 counts that are coming very early in the ball game. Up to 27 pitches thrown. Euclid at first checking to see if they want him to go. Nobody out. 3-2, he's not running, and that will be fouled off the other way.
Well, Drake's he's been trying to establish that changeup, and he's just been pulling it a little bit, yanking it across his body. But I commend the fact that he keeps after it, trying to find that feel, because it could end up being a pitch that makes a difference today.
This is the inning where he's given up the most runs this year, 7 in the second inning. 3-2 delivery on the way, and another foul ball. That was the 8th pitch of the at bat. More to come for Middlebrooks. In that regard, Middlebrooks seemingly fits right into the Yankee Red Sox mold of foul him off, see a lot of pitches per at bat. He does that. He's hit safely in 14 of his first 19 games. 3-ball, 2-strike, runner goes, and a base hit over Flaherty's head. With Euclid running, he'll gain third easily. Jones will get it in, and the Red Sox cover the corners with nobody out.
Well, quite an at bat right there by Middlebrooks. Finally gets a pitch up out over the plate and knows what to do with it. Drives it over Flaherty's head. Euclid advances on to third base. Really nice swing right there. Head on the ball. Good extension with the bat. Stays through it.
So now it's the Red Sox opportunity. 3 hits for them. They trail 1-0, first and third. Nobody out. Orioles will play back, trying to get the double play if they can. Off Nava's bat. Daniel Nava, 2 for 5 in this series. And he will foul that one the other way. Nava, as we mentioned last night in the ball game, a non-roster player, not even invited to spring training, but with all the injuries, 6 outfielders on the DL for the Red Sox. He's been called up, and he's played well. He was doing well at AAA Pawtucket, and thus got the opportunity. And gets another chance right here. And inside, little look to first base. Exposito, with no throw made down there.
Yeah, Exposito's not afraid to throw behind runners. He's done it a few times already this year. Got a quick snap throw behind the plate.
Middlebrooks over at first. He's got some speed. A couple of stolen bases, 3 chances. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that's going to be down low, and Arrieta's struggling with the strike zone right now, working from behind the hitters as the count goes to 2-1. 14 in the first, and 20 coming up here in the second.
Yeah, no outs.
Showalter watching. 2-1. Euclid at third base, Middlebrooks at first. Pitch 2-1 to Nava, and that's going to be inside. And he falls behind 3-1. Big difference, as with most pitchers. Get ahead, get an out, get behind, you fall behind.
Right, and hitters take advantage of that. I mean, when you fall behind the count, you're forced to throw a strike over the plate. You can't nibble. And hitters are ready, and they're taking advantage of a couple mistakes here.
3-1 delivery. Nava will take it, and now it's the Red Sox who've loaded the bases. So 2 singles and a walk to start the second inning have loaded them up. And it's Scott Posednik who's going to get the opportunity at the plate. Posednik, we were talking about wondering whether last night when he finds himself in center field in Boston, he had a feeling that where am I? And he said after the ball game that's exactly how he felt Said I woke up in Lehigh at my house. Next thing I knew, I was playing AAA at Pawtucket. And the next thing I knew, I was playing center field for the Red Sox. So like, where am I? And now with the bases loaded, Euclid, Middlebrooks, Nava, and Posednik will ground towards second base. Flaherty and Dino, and they turn the double play. Euclid will score, and that will tie the ball game up at 1. But Arrieta gets a big ground ball double play.
Well, that was Exposito went out and talked to him, settled him down a little bit. Good pitch, good movement on that fastball. Ground ball right to Flaherty. Routine double play. Flaherty to Andino to Davis.
Now with 2 away and a runner at third, Kelly Shopik, who's doing the catching, will stand in. 2 down. Shopik, 16th start for the Red Sox backup catcher this year. The Orioles dugout talking to Arrieta here, and Exposito's going to go out. They were making a decision on whether they wanted Arrieta to go from the full windup or the stretch.
Well, he's been in the stretch most of this inning, so he might as well stay there. And we saw the other night with Tommy Hunter, he went from the windup, and you know, they forced him into a balk call. Runner at third base took 3 hard steps. Tommy Hunter had to step off, and they were able to get a balk and score a run.
He's going to go into the windup. And Shopik will take the pitch outside for a ball. So obviously the feeling is that he's more comfortable and better able to throw strikes where he wants them to be from the windup than he is from the stretch. Now Middlebrooks at third is going to dart and jump and move all over the place to try and get his attention. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and that's a strike in the outside corner.
Well, when situations arise in ball games, players tend to learn from mistakes that are made, if they don't make them, from mistakes that other players make. So I'm sure Jakey Arrieta is aware of the situation, what happened the other night.
And the 1-1 delivery is going to be up high. A 2-ball, 1-strike count on Shopik. Shopik with a 1 home run, 6 RBIs. He has struck out 24 times and drawn only 4 walks. This is the 19th game that he's appeared in overall. Here's the 2-1 delivery. And a slider way up high. And again, a 3-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, he's laboring through this inning, having a hard time with command and location. Even when he throws a fastball for a strike, he's not hitting his spots right now. So he's got to find some consistency in his delivery.
Arrieta with a 3-1 delivery. Shopik will take it, and there's the second walk. Not good. Both walks coming here in the inning, and it'll keep it alive. First fireworks night of the season set for Friday night. Camden Yards. Stick around after the Royals game for a dazzling fireworks display that'll light up downtown. A Birdland summer tradition. Get your tickets in advance. 888-848-BIRD. Orioles.com. That's Friday night. First fireworks night here at Camden Yards. Royals game at 7:05 Friday. So here's Aviles, the leadoff batter. Runners on at first and third and 2 down. Arrieta's pitched to him, and the Red Sox just standing back here waiting for Arrieta to throw strikes.
Well, that was a good pitch right there, down in the zone. You know, a quality strike, first pitch strike, and now he can go to work with his secondary pitches.
Aviles drew a single his first time up, and that pitch is going to be there. So Aviles falls behind 0-2. Ball game tied at 1 apiece. 43 pitches thrown so far, and you see first pitch strikes 4 out of 10 so far for Arrieta, with Bard going 3 out of 6. Aviles 395 with runners in scoring position right off the end of the bat. Flaherty will go to first base, and that will do it. 1 run in on a couple of hits. 2 are left on base. Game tied. Top can for a smoother pour. Not just a good time, it's Miller time. Pitchers really laboring here in this day game through the first inning and a half. And a 1-1 score. Daniel Bard out of Houston, Texas. He's 25 years old. His dad actually played in the Orioles organization. His father was Paul Bard. Played for the Dodgers and for the Orioles. He was with the O's for a couple of seasons. In 1983, his dad played a single A ball for the Hagerstown Suns. He had 7 home runs, 25 hits, 205 average, and then in 84 played double A for the Charlotte O's in 1984, where he hit 226, 4 home runs, 21 hits in the season. And the younger brother has been selected by the Red Sox, also playing baseball. So dad and a couple of sons, both pro ball, although his father never reached the majors. Nick Johnson, designated hitter for the Orioles. And the pitch will be taken up high. And the count goes to 2-0. And here we go again. We've got 2 pitchers who just cannot find the strike zone early in the ball game. Bard 2-0. Johnson found one. There it goes. Way back. Right field. Goodbye. Home run. Orioles lead it 2-1. Homers, 9 RBIs for the Orioles DH.
Well, Nick Johnson's been heating up this month, swinging the bat much better. Showed great patience right there. Worked count to 2-0 in his favor. Bard forced to throw a pitch over the plate.
Flaherty will take it for a strike.
And Nick Johnson knows what to do with it. Pretty much center cut, up and out over the plate. Nick Johnson's been working so hard on his swing. And that's a perfect swing right there for a home run.
Our Nissan Pitch Track. Get to a Nissan dealer for great deals on innovation you can count on. Innovation for all. Ryan Flaherty getting the start at second base, and the home runs continue for the Orioles. Here's the 0-2 delivery by Bard. One of the keys to the game Mike was talking about and what's going to give. Bard had surrendered only 2 home runs. Both the right-handers coming into the ball game. The Orioles leading the majors at homers.
Right, and they just won that battle right there, giving him his 3rd home run of the year.
1-2 delivery, and that's way inside. That hit him. So after getting ahead on the count, 2 strikes, that is the 5th hit batter that Bard has had this year. And Flaherty heads down to first base. Time for our AT&T Mobility Trivia Fact. The O's are seeking their 4th straight series win against the Red Sox in this game today. You got to go back a while. The last time the Orioles won 4 straight series against the Red Sox, 1960, when they won 6 straight. Mike and I weren't even born then. Oh, never mind. That's a long time. And this is the rubber match. So a runner at first base is Esposito, the catcher, batting 9th. And the pitch, a strike on the inside corner.
Well, Esposito hasn't seen much playing time this year with only 14 at bats, but he's one of these guys, just like Flaherty and Tolleson, who hit that home run last night, that takes a lot of extra BP. They try to keep themselves sharp on a daily basis, get themselves in game situations so that they're ready.
Nobody out. 1 strike count. Flaherty off first. Timeout was taken. No pitch. Had him waiting a little too long and asked for the timeout and got it from the home plate umpire Brian Gorman. Johnson with the dinger. The Orioles now with 68 home runs, leading the majors. 35 have been hit here and 33 on the road. Esposito with a 1 strike count stands back in. Esposito would love to have a couple of knocks here, because this is the team, of course, that he had played for. He was claimed by the Orioles off waivers from Boston on April 17. Played at the minor league level. Was at Double-A Portland in 2010 and Triple-A last year. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Esposito on a good breaking ball. That's taken for a strike, and it'll go to 0-2. DeMarlo Hale with the signs at third. Another connection. There were many who thought, when the Red Sox decided to make a managerial change, that the Orioles' third base coach would be that person, DeMarlo Hale.
Well, we're lucky to have him here. DeMarlo's done a great job down there at third base, coach. He's worked with the infielders, settled in nicely, has a great rapport with all the players on the team.
He's a manager in waiting.
He is. Great baseball guy.
2-strike count. Flaherty off first base. Bard with the 0-2. Chin music. That's another thing you were talking about. The scouting report on Bard. Don't dig in.
Yeah. Just a little erratic with his command. I mean, he's missed a couple times already in the early going by a couple feet on pitches that, you know, breaking balls. He's spiked them. He's thrown them away. He's thrown them up. That fastball got away up and in.
He loves to hold, make that runner look. Ground ball towards first base. Youkilis gets it. There's one. Relay to Bard, and no, not in time. They get the force out on Flaherty.
Well, he tried to shoot that hole over there. Youkilis bounces off pretty well. Pretty quick snap throw, but Esposito hustling down the line. Beats it just in time.
Remember, Kevin Youkilis is a Gold Glove first baseman. While he's been playing third of late, he has historically, in Major League history, been one of the best defensive first basemen ever. And he can still play it over there. So they exchange runners. Now here's Avery, who had a single his first time up and scored. Again, Middlebrooks will move in at third base against him to try and take away the bunt. One down. And Avery got jammed and fouls it right straight back. Coming into today's play, the most runs scored in the first 10 Major League games played by an Oriole. Brian Roberts with 10. Curtis Goodwin in 95. Gulliver, Ripken, Kurt Belfry, and Xavier Avery there with 7, tied with Bobby Bonner from 80-81. So he's gotten on base and has crossed the plate for the Orioles. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him off speed up high.
Well, it's all about scoring runs, and Xavier Avery's doing that right now in his short time up here.
He has led off since being called up all 8 games in which a right-hander has started. Andino has been in the leadoff spot against the lefties. And Andino's on deck in this ball game, batting second. Esposito off first. Orioles with a 2-1 lead. Ground ball towards second base. Pedroia's got it. Gonna have to hustle this one. Aviles does. Not in time. And again, only the speed of Avery keeps the inning alive.
Well, you're right, and there are things that you have to be aware of as an infielder. Dustin Pedroia, obviously a great second baseman, but trying to cut down that distance with Xavier Avery's speed is just too much, and they're unable to turn the double play.
I've always loved the Youkilis, that step he has. I've never seen another first baseman catch a ball at first the way he does. Usually you get the big stretch with the leg out on the ground planted, doing the splits, if you will. Here's Andino. Avery a threat to go with 2 down. Andino singled his first time up. Youkilis, though, puts his foot up in the air as the ball's coming, and then as he catches it, puts the foot down on the ground.
Well, you know, that might be something that he's worked on to avoid from striding too soon. I know a lot of first basemen fall into patterns where, you know, they get out there and balls coming from across the diamond tend to sink and cut a little bit. And if you stride too soon, you get that ball on the side of your body. So that might be just one of his mechanisms to use to stay in front of the baseball and not get out there too quick.
Red Sox will be going to Boston on the next road trip. We'll ask him.
Okay.
See what he says about that. That's if we can remember. That's always the first problem.
And maybe he can't do the splits.
My guess is with a bad back he doesn't want to. 0-1 count. Andino, Avery leaning. There he goes. Throw down. Shopik, one hopper, not in time. Pedroia got to the bag, straddled it, came up with the ball, but Avery's got the stolen base.
Well, Bard kind of slow to the plate, but Xavier Avery gets a pretty good jump there. Shopik had a quick release. Pedroia with a good pick on the end, but no match for Avery's speed.
And he's 2 for 2 in stolen bases. How much it changes the complexion of a game, doesn't it, at times, with speed? And the Orioles, you notice it because they don't have it.
Right, right. Well, speed is a game changer, there's no doubt.
So now a runner in scoring position for Andino. Bard's pitch to him. He's going to miss up high. Mercy. We're not even through the second inning. And these two pitchers have already put up each a half game's worth of pitches. 41 thrown by Daniel Bard so far. In the last game he pitched, he threw only 49 strikes out of 94 pitches, and he's doing the same thing in this game. Here's the look back, nobody there. He is a different cat on the mound as a starter than what we saw as a reliever.
Yeah, well, he was really aggressive with his fastball when he'd come out of the bullpen and just blow guys away, you know, with that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. But what surprises me is that he was a starter in college. He was a starter through the minor leagues. And the Red Sox decided to change him over, you know, put him in the bullpen, thinking that he'd be more effective. But you'd think he'd be able to respond and make his adjustments as a starter since he's so familiar with it.
Just isn't working that way, at least for right now. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Runner off second base, 2 down. Robert Andino trying to get the RBI. There goes Avery. Turned. There's a little lob toss, and they got him. So Avery, if it's possible, had too big a jump. Bard had an opportunity to step off and make the throw over to third base to get himself out of the inning. But leading it off, Nick Johnson's 3rd home run of the year. The Orioles regain the lead, 2-1. Ball on Masson is brought to you by Acura. Acura Advance. Well, some key outs recorded by both pitchers, who, if you were just looking at what's going on each inning, you'd think it's about a 6-5 game. It's 2-1. Each team with 3 hits in the ball game, and we go to the 3rd inning. Jake Arrieta will try and settle it in here. Pedroia will lead it off against him. Ortiz and then Gonzalez. Orioles with their 4-1 win last night, sending the Red Sox again below 500. Red Sox are 21-22 on the year, and it's the deepest the club's gone into a season not being 500 since '96. Pedroia goes to right, and he's going to get a base hit. So Pedroia's on with a single. He ended his 20-game hit streak against the Orioles last night. Gets a hit in his second at bat here. Take a look at our Inside the Numbers, brought to you by PNC. The players with 10 or more home runs, 50 or more hits this season. A select group of all-stars: Hamilton, Jones, Ortiz, and Braun. And we get to see two of them in this game, with Ortiz coming to the plate now, and Adam Jones, of course, for the Orioles. And they both, one would expect, are going to be in Kansas City for the All-Star game. Ortiz will take it outside. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. 4 hits for the Red Sox. Pedroia on at first base. There's the shift. Quick throw over, and Pedroia back to the bag. Well, the Red Sox talked a lot about running in spring training. They have stolen only 13 bases and been caught 11 times. That's not the 75% effective rate you want to make the running game worthwhile. Pitch is taken up high on a heater, 2-0.
Well, I think most teams, they would love to have that aggressiveness and on the bases and steal a lot of bags to add to their offense, but you know, I think most teams settle back into what they really are, and I don't think the Boston Red Sox have ever really been considered a stolen base type offense. More of a power offense, hit doubles, use the green monster.
3-0 count. Ortiz walking across the plate. 3-0 from Arrieta. Arrieta's thrown only 5 out of 12 first pitch strikes so far in the ball game. Ortiz 3-0. He had a green light. Flaherty diving, knocked it down, still might get him, and does. And a good play by Davis, who had to reach back. So Ortiz swinging 3-0. Pedroia will go to second, but the Orioles will record an out.
Well, really great play right there by Ryan Flaherty, having to go deep into the outfield, knocks it down, knows the base runner, stays with it, makes a quick throw over there. Chris Davis, it's a pretty good play, stretching up the line to get Ortiz by a half a step.
So now the potential tying run on its second base, one down. Gonzalez grounded out his first time out. Gonzalez will ground towards the outfield. Flaherty makes the play and gets the out again. So twice the shift working here in the third inning. Purchase an Orioles Legends Celebration Series package. Lock in your ticket to the 5 remaining games honoring the greatest Orioles of all time. You get the replica of the honoree of that day. You can get your ticket package now, and you'll receive the Frank Robinson replica sculpture in case you missed it in April. 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com/legends. Pedroia goes to third base. Here's Youkilis. Now, if anybody's going to jump around with a pitcher in the full windup here, it's going to be Pedroia. Kevin Youkilis a single and scored in the second inning. Youkilis scored on a double play ground ball. The Orioles sac fly RBI by Davis and the homer by Johnson. Here's the 1-0 pitch and a strike taken. Arrieta giving up the leadoff hit, but getting 2 ground balls into shallow right field to get the outs.
Yeah, a couple nice plays by Ryan Flaherty over there in the shift.
1-1 delivery to Youkilis, and that'll be a strike on the outside corner. We were talking about Kevin Youkilis and the first base play that he's had. He established in 2007 an errorless streak of 135 consecutive errorless games at first base. Single season American League record. 1-2 delivery, and that's outside. He also has the second best fielding percentage at first base all time, Major League history. Only Casey Kochman has a better all-time number at first base, and got that Gold Glove, that first one, in 2007. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery to him. Youkilis went up the ladder and fouls it off.
Well, Kevin Youkilis, known for his offense, I think, most of his career, being a very patient hitter, knowledge of his own strike zone. He's hit for power, but some things that go unrecognized in defense being one of them. And you just spoke of, you know, his great talent over there at the corner.
And the ability to go first to third and play well in both places. He has done that for the Red Sox. 2-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down. Pedroia at third base. Lucas will take it outside, 3-2. Arrieta 3-2, 2 down. And Euclid is on with a walk. That is the third walk surrendered by Arrieta, and will give Middlebrooks the chance as the struggles for the Orioles starter go on. Jake Arrieta in that last outing against Washington walked only 1. He has not walked more than 3 this year. He walked 3 against the Angels in his 4th start. He's walked 3 in this one.
Well, he's been kind of laboring through. He hasn't been able to get himself into a good rhythm. He's made some good pitches, but he's just been inconsistent with finding that strike zone. He's kind of filed that breaking ball away. I'd like to see him throw that a little bit more because it was so effective in Washington.
Catches the inside corner. Middlebrooks had a single his first time up. Middlebrooks, good series, 4 hits and 9 at bats in this series against the Orioles. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and another strike stayed inside. Another big number for Middlebrooks, 360 runners in scoring position for him.
Well, Jake Arrieta doubles up with fastballs on the inside corner, and that shows what he's capable of. You know, pretty good command right there. Gets the fastball in off the plate for a called strike, and boom, goes right back in there.
Our pitch track brought to you by Infinity, luxury cars that deliver inspired. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Middlebrooks pumps that one away, and it will stay at 0-2. Arrieta's had 3 3-2 counts in the ball game. See the largest ERA difference home and road this year? How about Millwood? In a pitcher's ballpark in Seattle, he's got a 10 ERA on the road, 1.78. Go figure. For Jake Arrieta at home, it goes from 6.44 at home to 2.77 on the road. Here's the 0-2. Exposito. Little knee walking right there, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Well, nice play right there by Exposito.
62 pitches thrown. Pedroia's the lead runner at third, a single. Euclid the walk. And a 1-2 count on Middlebrooks. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that's outside. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. It's a good day for the concession stands, though, I'll tell you that. Folks, go back out, a couple of hot dogs, a little ice cream, an adult beverage, come back in, the same guy's up. 2-2, 2 down. Arrieta's delivery to him, and that's going to go fair into the corner. Avery going over to get it. Pedroia scored. Euclid coming to third. They're going to wave him home. Maybe a chance at the plate. Andino's throw. Exposito. He got him. So Pedroia will score, tying the ball game up. But the potential go-ahead, Euclid trying to score all the way around. Exposito gets the tag on him, and Euclid could not knock that ball away. The ball game is tied at 2. defense.
Well, Jake Arrieta goes back in the well, inside pitch, and Middlebrooks knows what to do with it, keeps it fair down the line. But if you look here, Youkilis kind of slows up for a second at third base. Third base coach sends him. Andino with the good throw home, kind of crosses over. There, Exposito makes a nice play to catch the ball, and then does a good job sliding back and taking the hit from Kevin Youkilis, holding on to the ball. Get the third out of that third inning.
Exposito, nice play. I think Youkilis, as you said, Mike, was surprised Jerry Royster was sending him because he saw the play in front of him, and he was going to stop. And while I don't think he did, remember, he's coming off a lower back injury. Right. May not be real anxious to have a collision.
A little tentative out there right now.
Yep. Testing it. So here's Andino. Avery picks up his first major league assist on the throw to Andino, and Andino to the plate to get the out. Middlebrooks picks up the RBI that ties the ball game up at 2-2. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. Here's the 2-0 delivery, and again Bard not even close on the first three pitches, and the count goes to 3-0. He has thrown first pitch strikes to 7 of 12 so far in the ball game. The Orioles have had the leadoff man both innings. They both scored. Avery singled, scored in the first, and the home run by Johnson in the second. 3-0 pitch. 4 straight. Take a look at this day in baseball history. In 1895, interesting game. Louisville lost the game to Brooklyn because they ran out of baseballs. The home team had to supply them. They had 3 balls to start the game. Midway through, they only had 1 left because the other 2 were battered and worn. They sent a runner out to get some more baseballs, but he didn't get back in time, so they had to forfeit the game. And in '99, the Orioles defeated the Rangers 15-6, getting 10 runs in the first inning of that ball game. 3 baseballs to start the game. They all were used, and the pitches taken. Used to be fans would throw the balls back on the field because they kept using them. So anyone thinking when in the stands, you returned it, and the players would continue to use it. Of course, fans were on the field. Turn of the century, they surrounded the outfielders. There was no fences. Balls would be hit out there, and they just throw them back.
Yeah, after they roll through a cow patty or something, and gotta clean it off.
So I know you're from Maine. Did you used to use those when they were good and dry as bases? We did. Frisbees? Oh. The cow patties that are run to the sun and to bake for a few days, solid bases.
Oh, yeah.
They're great. You can slide into them, no damage at all. For those of you enjoying lunch. Markakis will take the pitch for a strike. Markakis flied out to left field his first time up. Now, if you really had a big game and you were only playing half field, first, second, and home, that one out at second base, you'd probably try and slide in one of those newly renovated bases. That way, the guy going out there probably wouldn't get home. And if he did go home, his mother wouldn't be very happy. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Oh, a shot. Caught. Double play of Alis, and they got him.
Well, Aviles in good position right there. Kind of a mini shift up the middle because that ball just about goes right over Bard's head. So good positioning by their scouting department. And the double play, easy double play. Andino reacts because he sees Bard duck out of the way, expects it to be a line drive up the middle. Aviles flashes it down.
That'll bring up Adam Jones. He drew a walk his first time up, so the leadoff walk to Andino eliminated with the line double play. And Jones will take the pitch for a strike. Adam Jones coming into the ball game, having it safely in the career high 14 in a row. Ties the longest streak the Orioles have had this year. Nolan Reimold had it. And he's been on base 41 of the 44 games he's played in. Tonight's Mass and Mobile word of the day is glove. Text glove 29292 and enter for a chance to win and have a meet and greet with Buck Showalter. Stay tuned to Oriole games all week right here on Masson for more chances to enter and win.
Well, for as much as the pitchers have kind of been struggling here in the early going, they've been helped out by a couple double play balls. Bard getting that line drive double play. Jake Arrieta got the double play ball in the second inning, or Bard got another double play ball in the second inning.
That one shallow right's going to fall in for a base hit. Gonzalez a little leery about charging. Remember, it's only the fifth game he started in right field. And he just didn't want to come in and get caught with that ball going by him, and a 15-game hit streak for Adam Jones. Though Jones keeps the inning alive for the Orioles, and will give Davis a chance. Sac fly, RBI for Chris Davis, his first time up. The Red Sox put the shift on. 2 down. So far for these two pitchers, this may be the biggest smoke and mirrors game I've seen two pitchers work through 3 innings ever.
I know. Bard had the pickoff play to end the inning.
Outs at the plate.
Jake Arrieta got the big out at the plate. That line drive double play helped Bard.
Amazing. Jones deking to go. He had a pretty good jump right there against Bard. Shopik looking back. There you see the pitches thrown. 64-54. Both have struggled mightily to throw strikes and get leadoff men out. In fact, neither's done it. Every leadoff man's been on in the game. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball is going to be inside. Adam Jones, you know he is itching to take off here. Especially on a pitch like that last one, an off-speed delivery that's in the dirt. You'd love to be running on that, but nice to know in advance, which you don't. He's got a good lead over there. 2-0 count. Not running, and late on the swing that time is Davis, and it's 2-1.
Well, there are a lot of times base runners may be tentative about stealing, especially with a left-handed bat up there, because there is a little bit of hole, but Dustin Pedroia has slid way over with the shift on, so he's filling up that hole. So if Adam Jones has any idea of running, I would think he ought to get going.
2-1 strikeout. Jones is leaning. Bard again holds. That's how he holds runners down, by holding the ball. And he misses again, and the count goes to 3-1. The other thing that's a bit unusual about Bard is that for somebody who had been such an excellent reliever, with runners on base working out of the stretch, opponents are hitting 304 against him with the bases empty. 201. You'd think, coming as a bullpen guy, that it would be the other way around maybe. There goes Adam Jones. Swung out a miss. Shopik's another one-hopper. This time they got him. Pedroia there to put the tag on, and again, as with both of these pitches, they are finding ways to get out of trouble. 2-2. Pitchers who are struggling yet have surrendered only 2 runs each, as they have found ways to work around situations. The fact that all 6 leadoff batters have reached base is pretty amazing in this 2-2 ball game, and there haven't been a lot of runners stranded because the outs are coming on the base paths.
Yeah, right. Xavier Avery getting picked off at third base. Then Youkilis getting thrown out at home. There have been a couple key double plays with runners on base.
Interesting ball game. Exactly the opposite of last night, where 2 pitchers dominated with minimal number of pitches thrown and real good efficiency. This is the flip side of that. Nava drew a walk his first time up. We go to the 4th inning. For Arrieta, 3 walks and a strikeout. For Bard, 2 walks and no strikeouts. Arrieta came into this game 8th in the American League and the fewest walks per 9 innings. And that one fouled back. Nava got a real good cut on that one. He's had a couple of hits and 5 at bats in the series. Now the Red Sox with 5 hits have already doubled +1. The 2 hits they had in the ball game last night, their season low. 1-1 breaking ball. It's going to bounce away. Day games, the Red Sox have gone 5-6. They've hit pretty well, but their ERA has been just under 5 in day games this year. 2-1 delivery to the hole, and that's going to be a base hit. So, still no leadoff batter has been retired in this game. 2110 Utah Street, presented by Southwest Airlines, returns to Camden Yards Saturday. The Birds Royals, 4:05 start Saturday. One low price. Fans receive a reserved Utah Street bleacher seat. 2110 Utah Street t-shirts. Space is limited, so join Nick and Adam. Tickets 888-848-BIRD to go to Orioles.com. Scott Posednik get into a double play his first time up. I do not remember a ball game where all the first 7 leadoff batters reach base. It just doesn't happen.
No, it shouldn't happen, actually.
Tough way to pitch. Here's Posednik going into a double play his first time up. Bunting. Arrieta's got to go to first. Sacrifice for Posednik.
Pretty good play right there by Jake Arrieta. Jake, very athletic, bounces off the mound, and pitchers are taught, at least through Buck Showalter's philosophy of fielding bunts, is pitchers have to take deep angles off the mound in order to field their position in those type of situations. And Jake does create an angle, reaches back, catches it behind him. If Chris Davis had to vacate to try to make that play, Posednik would be a bit safe at first.
Posednik still has some decent speed, even though he's 36 years old. He was always a player noted for speed, top of the lineup guy. Here's Kelly Shabik, 2-2 ball game. First ball hitting to right. Markakis, Flaherty. Flaherty wants it. 70 pitches thrown. Gets the out. And as has happened in just about in all the other innings. Leadoff guy gets on, and then Arrieta finds a way, and there are 2 down. And the runner's still at second base. Mike Aviles a single, and he is grounded out. Aviles with that .395 mark with runners in scoring position. That's the 4th best average in the American League. Elvis Andrus is the leader. The Texas shortstop hitting .410 with runners in scoring position. Pierzynski, Hamilton, Aviles, and Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez of the Red Sox are the top 5. Aviles, the 0-1 count. Nava off second base, the 0-1 delivery. Dismissed outside, 1-1.
Well, when you're not around the plate consistently, you're not going to get calls like that. That was a pretty good pitch right there by Jake Arrieta. It's nice to see him get ahead, first pitch strike, then tries to paint that slider on the outside corner, but he's just been so inconsistent with that pitch that he's not going to get that call.
Here's the 1-1 delivery, and they will get that call. Get that one in enough, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, good answer there, too. He throws the slider just off the plate, and he brings that 95-mile-an-hour fastball back over the plate on the outside corner. Good pitch.
1-2 on Aviles, the leadoff batter for Boston. There he had his delivery to him. Had him reaching on that one. Andino's got to hurry. Got him. Boy, close play, and Andino's had some tough ones. But again, leadoff man is left stranded. Ball game remains tied 2-2. Up at 2-2.
Yeah, a couple stolen base attempts here in the early going. Right there you see the throw by Shopik, and Dustin Pedroia has to pick that ball, but his glove goes up and then back down and gives him time, Avery, to get in there. And here, Aviles takes the throw, but his glove he hoods the ball and it goes down, and they're able to get Adam Jones. Pretty much the same throw from Kelly Shopik. Two different results right there, one in a safe and one in an out.
Shopik now 3 out of 10 in getting base stealers. Bard goes to work, and the pitch will be taken for a strike. Davis was at the plate when Jones was caught stealing to end the last inning. Davis, a sac fly, first inning. Johnson, the home run in the second. That one down the line in right field. Gonzalez coming over and makes a nice catch. Those are the kind of plays Bobby Valentine last night talked about. So the routine ones I think were okay, but the tough ones, is he going to be able to do it in right? He did that time.
Yeah, that wasn't a routine play at all. He has to kind of backhand that play, watch out for the wall. Makes the play under control, though. Doesn't get hurt.
It's a nice play to get the out. Valentine says most of the starts Gonzalez will make in the outfield are going to be on the road. They do not want to take the chance in right field at Fenway, which is a tough right field.
Oh, the hardest right field in all of baseball.
Is it really?
Oh, it's nasty. Well, I've never played right field down there, but I've witnessed many times right fielders having a hard time with balls that are rolling around in the corner. It's deep back there. They have to protect the pesky pole, obviously being short, and just a lot of different angles and kind of quirky.
2-0 count. Betamit flying out his first time up. 2-0 delivery on the way. 3-0. Yeah, right field at Fenway gives you everything in one field. The short porch, pesky pole, the deep corner that has only like a 4-foot fence, so you see guys flying over it all the time.
The
then you get all the way to the bullpens. Betamit taking in a strike thrown. 3-1. Betamit trying to get on here for the Orioles. Leadoff man finally retired. Davis to start this fourth inning. 3-1 delivery by Daniel Bard, and he walks him. That is the third walk surrendered by Bard in the game. This is the first start Bard has made against the Orioles. He has appeared against the O's in 20 relief appearances and comes into the ballgame with an 0-2 record. We talked about him as a starter. Bard His first 192 appearances in the major leagues were out of the bullpen, and then this year turned to the starter. And that pitch is going to be inside. Johnson delivering in the second inning.
Oh, he sure did. He jumped all over a 2-0 fastball. And Johnson's bat's been heating up here in May, which is nice to see. He got off to such a slow start in April. And he'll get more playing time if that bat continues to go the way it's going.
Batting over .324 now in the month of May. He's had 12 hits, 35 at bats, 3 home runs. Runner at first and 1 out. Nick Johnson, overhand pitch, that misses, and it goes to 2-0. Unbelievable how these pitchers are every single hitter they're working behind in the count.
Yeah, well, he falls behind 2-0 again on Nick Johnson.
Runner off first base, 3-0. Wow.
Yeah, Nick Johnson must have scared him out of the zone with that home run he hit earlier. May get the green light here, though.
3-0-1 down. Betemit off first base. And takes it. It's a strike in the inside corner. The trials and tribulations for Daniel Bard as a starter. A strikeout pitcher out of the bullpen. He's had 7 strikeouts in the last 27 innings. He started the season with 19 strikeouts in the first 18 innings.
Well, I think his mentality as a strikeout pitcher, I know as a reliever for 3 years, he struck out more guys than he had innings pitched. So he's known as a strikeout pitcher, but hasn't really happened as much this year.
That K to walk ratio, not a good one. And he walks him. Wow. So back-to-back walks here in the 4th inning, 4 in the ball game. Yet the ball game is tied at 2-2. Bob McClure, the pitching coach, will make his way out, try and get this thing turned around for his starter.
Yeah, well, you would think that, you know, finally one of the starting pitchers is able to retire the first batter of an inning. He got Chris Davis to hit the fly out to right field, but then all of a sudden, boom, back-to-back walks to put himself in a jam.
He has walked as many as 7 in a ball game this year. Did that against Tampa Bay. A couple of games in which he walked 1. The last 3 he's walked 5, 4, and 4 in the starts. And add this one to it, he's walked 4 in this one. Bobby Valentine, this rotation for the Red Sox, while it's set in the sense the names are there, the performance is nowhere near what, at least at this point, what they had hoped for from their starting pitchers. Daniel Bard continues to struggle. And Beckett has had his problems. Clay Buchholz has certainly had his problems. Dubrov's done pretty well. ERA under 4. Inside almost got away. Nice stop made by Shopik again. Shopik's getting a workout behind the plate.
He is. He's making some nice stops on some tough pitches. And when you have an erratic pitcher, though, you're definitely going to be on your toes back there. And once again, you see him bounce over on that slider down and in.
Have to give some credit to the catchers just on the numbers with Bard alone. He's thrown only 1 wild pitch this year. That means Saltalamacchia and Shopik probably blocked a few.
Yeah, they're working hard, and we've seen it today. Shopik's been all over the place back there.
Saltalamacchia getting the day off, at least as a starter. 1-0 to Flaherty, hit by a pitch his first time up. He'll take it up high, and the count goes to 2-0. There certainly is no need to come to the plate ready to swing against either of these pitchers today.
No, but this is a good opportunity for him maybe to be aggressive. You saw what Nick Johnson did earlier in the ballgame in a 2-0 count. For 2 straight base on balls. Oh, you got to be careful. Make it one spot, one pitch out in front. Make that box small.
Flaherty in his 24th game for the Orioles. 2-0 delivery to him, and not even close. 3-0. So McClure coming out did not impact on Bard. Valentine walking up and down in the dugout. Atchison is now up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Orioles have 2 on, a 3-0 count to Flaherty. And he gets the strike in. Esposito waiting on deck. 3-1, 1 down. The Orioles left 2 on in scoring position in the first inning when they got a run. They have not left anyone on, even though they've had base runners in both the second and third. Now they've got 2 on here in the fourth inning with only 1 away. 3-1. That's going to go to first base. Youkilis will try it again. There's one. The relay to Bard. Not in time. Fielder's choice, 2 down.
Ryan Flaherty gets a little cut fastball in. Gets it on the ground to Youkilis. Youkilis makes a nice turn, but Aviles has to kind of readjust his body to hop out of the way. And Flaherty's safe at first. Bard kind of lucky he didn't get hurt right there. He got his foot over the back corner of the base, kind of too much in the middle of the base. Really have to set up on the front side just to protect yourself.
So the Orioles first and third, 2 down. Esposito. 76 pitch inside for a ball. For Bard in this game now, 11 out of 18 first pitch strikes. He's thrown 39 out of the strike zone and 37 strikes.
Is that a good ratio?
No. And a chopper. Again, Bard's going to be able to get out of it. He threw the Rip Sewell pitch over to first base and almost too slow. But that just becomes part of this game. The Orioles leave a runner on.
Afternoon. Chris Davis in the first inning with a shallow fly ball. Xavier Avery tagging up, and collision at the plate is safe. Nick Johnson in the second inning with a home run there on a 2-0 pitch. And Middlebury stays hot for the Red Sox, but Esposito able to hang on to the ball after collision at home. The relay from Robert Andino. Nice play there. And here's the line. 2-2 ball game. Nick Johnson with that home run. Middlebrooks continues to stay hot, 2 for 2 with the RBI double in the third. Arrieta laboring through this 4 innings pitch, 6 hits, 2 earned runs with 3 base on balls and just 1 strikeout.
It'll be Pedroia, Ortiz, and Gonzalez due up here, and the pitch is in for a strike. Pedroia 1 for 2, single run scored, 7 walks and a strikeout. Last night, 6 walks and 24 strikeouts recorded in the game. Those combine a comparison. We told you how this is the polar opposite of how the game was played last night. And a 2-strike count quickly on Pedroia. Pedroia 3 hits, 10 at bats in the series, hitting at .301 on the year. 11 out of 20 first pitch strikes now have been thrown by Arrieta. and shattered the bat. Fair ball. Davis will tag the bag and get the out. 3 straight strikes.
3 straight strikes, and his first leadoff hitter retired in an inning. That's a good sign. Threw a breaking ball for a strike. Nice pitch right there. Broken bat by Dustin Pedroia. Ground ball to Chris Davis.
That'll bring up David Ortiz. As you would expect in our day game, a lot of youngsters on hand here at the ballpark today. They had the annual meteorological gathering with the kids in the seats early before the game.
So they weren't school skippers.
They weren't what?
School skipper.
No, they weren't school skipping. They came on buses. I know because I was behind them all.
They learned something out there today.
David Ortiz up high. One ball, 1 strike count. Ortiz has struck out and grounded out. Against the shift. That's the third baseman. Bellamy needs help. Got it. Davis with the pick.
Nice pick on the end right there by Chris Davis, but Wilson Bedeman makes a nice play up the middle. Look at that range from your third baseman behind second base. Making the play, Chris Davis. Nice stride out to the ball. Good timing right there. Makes a great pick.
Bellamy and Davis. That'll bring up Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez has grounded into the shift twice. Both times to Flaherty, playing shallow right field, where he is right now. Gonzalez, couple of hit, 10 at bats in the series, has a 3-game hit streak going. Somewhere these cybermaticians are adding all this up, and we'll start to see the numbers coming out here, I suspect, at the end of May, as to just how these shifts are affecting offenses and numbers for individual players.
Well, I think they work pretty well, or they wouldn't be doing them. I think Tampa Bay got onto something, and a lot of teams are kind of following their lead, and the Orioles right behind them in shifts this year. And we've seen it tonight work to their advantage.
2-0 count. And another slow roller, and Arrieta gets over there to cover and has a very good inning. As he retires the side in order in the 5th, it's 2-2. Brought to you by AT&T 4G LTE. With speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G, AT&T. Rethink possible. Gary Thorne, Mike Gordick here in our day game at Camden Yards. And the Orioles just announcing Dylan Bundy is going to move up and pitch Saturday for Frederick in a game against Salem. So the moves up the ladder continue.
Yeah, well, I think that was to be expected because he pretty much dominated down there in Delmarva. He's had great stuff. Hasn't even had an earned run yet, so he needs to be challenged. So they're going to progress him through, and I wouldn't be surprised if Double A is the next stop, and it's going to be pretty quick because, you know, he's obviously on the radar map. The Orioles front office and the head coaching staff well aware of what he's been doing in the minor leagues, and this young guy is just so ahead of the curve right now, so mature for such a young pitcher that they need to start testing him early on.
You're right. It's almost like they're trying to get the curve caught up with him because they want him to be challenged a little bit, right?
Right. His fastball is so exceptional. He's just blowing guys away down at that low A level, so he needs to start working on his changeup, his breaking ball command, and being able to take that and use that in ball games and be effective.
And you know Buck Showalter, as he always does, will be keeping a very close eye on how Dylan Bundy does on Saturday. Xavier Avery will lead it off. 2-2 ball game. Joe's bunt. Bard gets it in there for a strike. Two runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Orioles. Red Sox have left 5. The Orioles have left 4. And Bard's pitch will miss away. Bard has walked 4 and struck out none. Arrieta's walked 3 and struck out 1. Orioles have left 3 in scoring position. Red Sox have left 2. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Fouled straight back. Avery a single. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and then got picked off trying to go to third. Davis with a sac fly in the first inning. Home run by Johnson, accounting for the Oriole runs. Run in the second inning on a double play ground ball, and a Middlebrooks RBI single in the third for the Red Sox. Orioles at 28-16 still have the 2-game lead over Tampa Bay. 1-2 delivery lifted in the air to center field. Posednik didn't see it. Going back, not going to get there. That would have been a triple if it had stayed in the yard. It will be a ground rule double for Avery leading off the 5th inning.
Yeah, a triple or more. Xavier Avery, I think not many people know about his power. 4th double of the year, but he's a strong young man, and when he can barrel a ball, that ball's going to carry, and he beat Posednik to center field right there. He does have power potential, and I think as he grows and becomes more familiar with his swing, you're going to see those power numbers increase. He jumped all over that high fastball.
He had 5 home runs in the 33 games playing at AAA before being called up. So the Orioles get the potential go-ahead run on at second base. And remember, Scott Posednik in center hasn't played Major League Baseball since 2010. Until last night, and he was called back up in only a limited number of games of the minor leagues. Andino, single and a walk. They look for the bunt. He shows it, tried to do it, and missed it. It's a strike. Left-hander Andrew Miller in the bullpen. Red Sox will continue to look bunt. Both Youkilis and Middlebrooks in at the corners. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Swinging away, trying to put it right through Youkilis.
Yeah, he was.
0-2.
Well, that first bunt attempt, he tried to force the issue and get it over to Middlebrooks at third. And I think just the too aggressive on trying to push it over there. And that pitch right there, he just tried to drive it down Youkilis' throat to advance Avery.
So now 2-strike count. Infield backs up. Avery's getting a good secondary lead. Avila's trying to hold him, but not very close to the bag. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and Andino strikes out on a pitch down and away. There is the first strikeout, and Daniel Bard has recorded in the ball game.
Yeah, one of his better pitches of the game. Very inconsistent with that slider, but really painted it there, down and away. Really good pitch to Robert Andino.
So 1 away. Nick Markakis lined into a double play his last time up and has flied out to left field. 7-game hit streak for Markakis. Runner off second for the Orioles. Wind has switched a little, blowing out to right. That's going to go to short. There's 1, and there's 2. Unbelievable. It's as though the pitchers want to get somebody on base in every game so they can have something real interesting defensively happen. The game is tied. First Blue Cross Blue Shield is contributing $50 to the American Heart Association Heart Walk. To date, the Orioles have drawn 132 free passes, $6,600. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Kevin Youkilis will be leading it off. 2-2 ball game.
Well, Jake Arrieta had a great fifth inning. 1-2-3 inning, limited his pitch count.
Orioles in day games, 9 wins, 3 losses. They've scored about 4.5 runs in the day games. And pitched real well, 3.83 ERA for the pitchers during the day. Kevin Youkilis, a single, scored in the second inning, drew a walk, and got thrown out at the plate in the third. His back has been tested, having to make a couple of throws to second on potential double plays at first, and also the collision at home plate in this game. And so far so good for Youkilis. 2-0 count. And on the outside corner for a strike. Youkilis lifetime 320, 22 home runs against the Orioles.
Well, we had talked about Youkilis's unique approach up there, his pre-pitch hand way up on the bat.
Jones. Now the leadoff man retired. Our PNC postgame tune-in will be coming up with Jim and Rick taking a look at this ball game, however it may go. Buck Showalter will be talking with the press, player interviews, and more, brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Here's Middlebrooks, 2 singles and an RBI. Are you joining them for the postgame show?
I'd love to.
It's just a question. 1-0 count. Oh, Middlebrooks.
Well, you know it hurts when you let go of the bat to get on all fours. Fastball. Oh, man, he's got the shin guard, but it hits him right on the heel. So he's going to have to get an extension on that shin guard, I think. Cover his whole foot.
Same thing that happened to Cody Ross we were talking about, wearing the catcher shin guard.
Yeah.
Caught the side of his foot, broke one of those small bones. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and it goes to 1-2. I mean, you've covered up about everything you can, and it still finds a way to get to the flesh. Arrieta 1 down, nobody on. Middlebrooks 5 hits in this series. He's 5 for 10. He'll take the pitch, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Raising his average to .304 on the year. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And Arrieta will get him. Second strikeout for the Orioles starter.
Well, Jake seems to be finding the zone a little bit better the last couple innings. This pitch, I think Middlebrooks expects it to break off the plate. Stays on that outside corner. Nice look right there. Strike 3. Esposito holds the glove.
2 down, bases are empty. That's 8 in a row retired by Arrieta. They have a single, drawn a walk, and will take the pitch inside for a ball.
Well, you have to constantly make adjustments in this game. As a hitter, you make adjustments to the opposing pitcher, and as a pitcher, obviously, you have to change things through the course of the game. And it looks like Jake has found something here in the middle innings. Get him a little bit more consistent in the strike zone. He's probably had discussions between innings with pitching coach Rick Adair, and what he's been doing to stay consistent out there. 8 in a row here. A 4th, 5th, and 6th is a nice adjustment.
That one in the air to right field. Marquez turns to watch. Goodbye, home run. got behind 2-0. Nava delivers the homer, and the Red Sox have a 3-2 lead. Home run number 2, his 11th RBI.
We've seen a couple 2-0 home runs today. Not a bad pitch, down in the zone, but 2-0 count. And Nava takes advantage of it. Pretty good swing and good extension out over the right field wall.
That will bring Adair to the mound. There's the meeting with 2 away. He had gotten ahead of the first 2 hitters. Youkilis and Middlebrooks got him out, but did not get ahead on Nava. And the home run, 7th hit for the Red Sox, makes it a 3-2 Red Sox lead. Luis Ayala in the bullpen for the Orioles. Arrieta's given up 9 home runs on the year. And the Red Sox go on top for the first time. And a strike on the inside corner. Posednik set into a double play and laid down a sacrifice bunt. .1-0 delivery. Posednik has played for the Mariners, Brewers, White Sox, Rockies, Royals, Dodgers. Base stealer. Acquired by the Red Sox after being released by Philadelphia, and he gets a base hit into right field. Markakis will get it back in. Posednik's on with a single. Comes with 2 down. Tune in to the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report coming up later today, 5 to 6:30, for continued post-game coverage of the series finale against the Red Sox. Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, Mel Antonin, Phil Wood. They'll have all the latest Oriole news and a look ahead to Brian Roberts' first rehab start. That's going to be tonight at Bowie. So that will bring up Shopik. Shopik a walk, and he's popped out. 8 hits now for the Red Sox, out hitting the Orioles 8-5, and have the 3-2 lead. Red Sox getting their 55th home run of the season. A little harder throw over that time. Orioles, of course, number 1 in the league in homers. The Red Sox are 5th.
But the Red Sox are leading the league in doubles.
Leading the majors, and that may be it. Buck Showalter just waiting here. Has had enough. And after a couple of throws over, he's coming to the mound. So a rocky day for Arrieta. A lot of pitches thrown, a lot of long counts, and unfortunately for him, will leave the ball game trailing and responsible for the base runner on. Ayala will be coming on to pitch. Red Sox lead at 3-2. pitches. Not a particularly good ball strike ratio, and he's responsible for the base runner on.
Yeah, pretty tough outing for Jake Arrieta, coming off a great outing in Washington. And it just seems the way this year's been going for him. He's had a few starts this year where he's just been dominant. Great stuff, been able to locate his pitches, has had a great mix with his breaking ball, and he's had command. But then outings like today where a couple tough innings where he's been inconsistent, he's falling behind guys, not getting ahead. And when Jake falls behind, he's been getting hit lately. And so he's been trying to get that feel. Along comes Luis Ayala. He's been pretty stable out there in the Orioles bullpen. 22 innings pitched this year, only 4 earned runs with 14 Ks. Lefty's hitting .233 off him. Righty's .190. Ground ball pitcher has pretty good sink on his fastball.
And Kelly Shoppach will stand in to face him. Shoppach, the walk and a pop out. Shoppach's 2 for 3 off Ayala, and Ayala will get it in for a strike. The skipper celebrating a birthday and getting a little recognition and love from the crowd. 29 yet one more time. Shoppach with the 0-1. And a good stop again. Exposito going out to get it. Ayala this year against the Red Sox. This will be game number 3. He's worked 3 2/3 innings, giving up no runs, 2 hits, a couple of strikeouts. Red Sox have not gotten anything off Luis Ayala. Kelly Shoppach, 2 down, runner at first, home run. Daniel Nava has given the Red Sox a 3-2 lead. Now Posednik with a single on at first base, chasing Arrieta. Here's the 1-1. Will miss, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Oriole bullpen continues to put up big time numbers as they are second in ERA, 2.25. Third fewest hits per 9 innings. Ayala's been a big part of that. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Posednik short lead. There he goes. And a ball hit in the air deep to left field. And goodbye home run. Kelly Shoppach with a 2 RBI homer. His second home run of the year. RBIs 7 and 8. And a big hit.
Yeah, that was a big hit. And Ayala, he's only given up 1 home run coming into this game. And there's number 2. 2-1 pitch. Pretty tough. Inside, maybe off the plate in, and Shoppach somehow able to get the bat head to it.
So it's the Red Sox using the home run ball. 2 homers in the inning. And they have a 5-2 lead. Arrieta will be charged with 4 runs and 8 hits over 5 2/3 innings. The 1-0 delivery, a slider to Aviles outside. He's singled, 1 for 3. Two-0 delivery, and Aviles will take the strike. A big inning, and all coming with 2 down. Arrieta got Youkilis and Middlebrooks. Then Nava came up, got ahead on the count 2-0, and delivered the home run. Both he and Shoppach getting their second homers of the year. Popped up behind the mound. Flaherty. And Aviles retired, but 3 runs in on 3 hits, including 2 homers, and the Red Sox have a 5-2 lead. Tomorrow, hope you'll join us again on Friday when the Birds will welcome in the Royals for a 3-game set. Jason Hamill's going to take the mound against Bruce Chen. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30. O's Extra presented by Jeep, followed by our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. But Showalter has decided not to juggle the rotation in the Kansas City series. Hamill, Chen, and Brian Mattis against Bruce Chen, Felipe Paulino, and Luke Hochevar. At least for the moment, that's the situation. Some thought given to the fact that Hamill might be skipped and given an extra day.
Right. Well, his knee's been bothering him a little bit, and it's shown up in the last couple starts, but it's just been more of a fatigue factor because he hasn't been able to go out there and do anything to condition himself, trying to take it easy on that knee and kind of let it rebound, after his pitching performances. But it seems like every time in his last 2 starts he gets to the 5th inning, he just fatigues and loses command.
But right now, he'll stay in his regular spot. Jones delivered a single his last time up. He's also drawn a walk, now has a 15-game hit streak, and the Orioles again going to have to come back. They're going to beat the Red Sox in this one. Guard gets the fastball inside, and the count goes to 2 strikes. Jones, Davis, and Betemit due up in this game. 5-9-0 for the Red Sox, 2-5-0 for the Orioles. And Bard, despite all that's gone on, has been staked to a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 0-2 delivered. Jones fouls it away.
Yeah, it's been kind of interesting how Bard's gotten himself out of some tough jams. That first inning was pretty tough. He had the bases loaded, and he only managed to get away with giving up 1 run. But then he picked off Avery when Avery was on second base trying to steal third to end the 2nd inning. Markakis lines into a double play to get out of that inning. 5th inning, Markakis lined into another double play. Kind of bad base running, I think, in both counts. Line drives being doubled off. Both base runners probably should have frozen or taken a step back. So, he's been pretty fortunate in that regard.
And it's despite all the counts where he's been behind, his pitch count has been kept down because of those double plays.
Right.
That have recorded outs in a hurry, and he gets a strikeout here. That'll be his 2nd strikeout of the ball game, and 1 away in the 6th inning.
Well, this pitch just up in the zone. It looked like he'd worked him that whole at bat up in the zone, and kind of uncharacteristic. I think most people are familiar with Adam Jones swinging to that slider down and away, but that one kind of neck high, a little over aggressive.
And Bobby Valentine's coming out, and that's going to be it. So Bard is going to come out of the ball game with a chance to be the winner. He's going to be relieved by his college teammate, the left-hander Andrew Miller, coming on in relief. To be the winner, 5 1/3. The 2 runs on 5 hits, 4 walks, couple of strikeouts in this Mike was noting some big plays behind him defensively.
Yeah, he got out of some jams with a little bit of luck. That brings on Andrew Miller. He's thrown 8 games this year, hasn't given up a run. He's tall lefty, kind of a crossfire. His velocity's picked up on his fastball, getting it around 95 miles an hour. Lefties hitting just 125 off him, and righties only 111. So very effective, both righties and lefties.
University of North Carolina. He and Daniel Bard were on the same staff 3 years. North Carolina, and as you might expect, they won some baseball games. Now Miller working out of the bullpen will face Davis, who has a sac fly and has flied out to right field, and will take the pinch in tight. So the Orioles needing base runners here in the 6th inning, trying to get that potential tying run to the plate. There's Davis 0 for 1, the only time he has faced Miller, and that sweeping pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1.
Hey, that's a big breaking ball from a tall lefty. That ball probably breaks in the front of the left-hander's batter's box and ends up on the outside corner.
And back inside that time, 1-2. 242 against lefties, 318 against righties for Chris Davis. Miller, part of this regenerated bullpen that's performed very well. Foul it off or be hit.
97 miles an hour. That ball just took off up and in.
The Red Sox bullpen since April 23rd leads the majors with a 1.65 ERA. They had 3 really bad weeks to start the year. They gave up 2 runs in the ballgame last night. And Davis is gone.
Well, after that fastball up and in at 97, he gets a hard breaking ball sweeping across the top of the zone. Davis chases it. I think that fastball kind of kept Chris back on his heels.
Now Betemit. Wilson Betemit has had a walk in. He has flied out. Betemit only 162 off left-handers, 6 for 37. And the pitch will miss away for a ball. 2 down, 6th inning. Orioles not scored since the second on the home run by Nick Johnson that at the moment gave them a 2-1 lead. Red Sox with a big 6th inning, getting 3 runs on 3 hits, including the 2 home runs. Nava and Shopping. 1 ball, 1 strike count. On speed breaking ball will miss up high, and the count goes to 2-1. A couple of words on Orioles non-starters today. Matt Wieters out of there. In the words of Buck Showalter, he's pretty nicked up. Just wanted to give him a day off for the day off coming tomorrow. J.J. Hardy not in at short. Said he's got a barking shoulder. Just wanted to give him a rest. Could play, but the shoulder's been bothering him a little bit. So trying to get him out of there. Nick Markakis, Adam Jones, the only 2 Orioles who've appeared in every game so far this year.
Well, hopefully J.J. Hardy's barking shoulder isn't a Labrador, maybe more like a Chihuahua.
Yeah. Big hope. So a 2-out walk will keep the inning alive with Nick Johnson. The Orioles are honored to celebrate Military Appreciation Day at Camden Yards on Sunday. The Birds Royals 135. The first 10,000 fans 15 and over receive an Orioles camouflage shirt, script t-shirt. You can gather up family and friends. Have a great day of it here at the Yard. Get your tickets 888-848-BIRD Orioles.com Sunday for Military Appreciation Day. 1 on, 2 down. Johnson, the home run, 2nd inning. Drew a walk, 2nd time up. Takes the pitch for a strike. On the day off, J.J. Hardy, Brian Mattis are going to move out of their current living quarters. Construction has kept them awake for the past month, according to their manager. 7 o'clock in the morning. 0-1 delivery in the air to right field. He's done it again. Nick Johnson, a 2 RBI homer and a 2-homer game. And it is 5-4.
impressive right there. That's not a comfortable bat being a left-handed hitter off Miller so far this year. Nick Johnson gets the Orioles right back in the ball game with one swing of the bat.
First home run surrendered by Miller, and the first one off a lefty for Nick Johnson. And it a 5-4 game.
Yeah, well, Nick Johnson aggressive in the zone again, up middle. Man, oh man, that first home run led to this one. I'll tell you, his confidence is growing day by day. Great swing by the veteran Nick Johnson.
Flaherty with a cut. He's been hit by a pitch and hit into a fielder's choice. So Ryan Flaherty up as the Orioles come back and get 2 of those 3 runs going up in the top half of the inning. That's going to go to third and just missed. Trying to put it down the line that time. Flaherty with a 2-strike count. Last time Nick Johnson had a 2-homer ball game back in 2006 in May against the Dodgers. So he's done it 3 times in his career, and accounting for 3 runs in this one. Pedroia's got it at second base, and Flaherty is retired. But the Orioles are right back in it. They get the 2 runs on just 1 hit. Big walk to Betemit with 2 down to keep it alive for Johnson, who put the second homer almost the same place he put the first. Bryce Harper was the first teenager to face Roy Halladay in 15 years that he's pitched in the majors, and he went 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. Carlos Pena yesterday batted leadoff for the first time in his career, 1,270 games, and he got out of a slump hitting a 3-run homer. And the Dodgers beat Arizona. They won for just the second time in 7 years when they had trailed by 5 or more in the 7th inning or later. Baseball, news stories every day.
Yeah, pretty interesting right there. Bryce Harper going 2 for 3 off Halladay. I think Holladay's made so many hitters in the league look like teenagers throughout his 15-year career. But there, Bryce Harper getting a couple hits.
Sun coming out, pretty good glare. There's been a haze through the middle part of the game. Now the sun back out with the high clouds around. Ayala stays on to pitch, and Pedroia to hit a single, 1 for 3. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. 5-9-0 for the Red Sox, 4-6-0 for the Orioles. Ayala's 0-1 delivery, and Pedroia will take that one down low. And they never say die, Orioles right back in it, and it's been the bat of Johnson that has made the difference in the ball game today. Pedroia's got a 2 for 5 off Ayala as Buck Showalter's continued to push the buttons, and lots of them. Different lineups virtually every day. Roster changes with the injuries and long ball games. And he's I mean, he really does deserve a great deal of credit. He's really had to manage this ball club.
Yeah, he has. He's had to do so much with that bullpen to try to keep them fresh up into this point. And he's done a good job, I think, of keeping players fresh.
Maybe. Nope, wrong side of the screen.
He's mixed guys in and out. We've had a lot of different lineups this year. But tribute to him as a manager, obviously, to be in this position. There's Steve Tolleson, who hit a big home run last night. Ryan Flaherty getting the start at second base today. And Dino giving Hardy a day off. Xavier Avery been kind of a mainstay out here since Nolan Reimhold.
Wilson Betamete's come up with big hits late in the ball game all season, working between first and third and DH. Here's the 2-2 delivery to Pedroia. Broke his bat, popped it up, shortstop. Glasses down, catch made by Andino. Pedroia's retired, one away in the seventh inning. Showalter, even though it was early in the day and he couldn't figure out if he'd really gone to bed or not last night, did have some funny lines this morning talking to the press. He was talking about Xavier Avery. Said he was just having a discussion with him the other day, and Avery was living in a hotel, and Avery said he didn't feel comfortable yet about taking permanent quarters in Baltimore, and the skipper said, good move.
Right. Yeah.
The way this roster gets changed, you might want to hang on for a while.
Yep. Yeah, and as a young player, there's no stability yet in your career, so yeah, don't start buying a house out in Cockeysville.
Yep. Here's David Ortiz. 1-0 count on Ortiz, who's had an 0 for 3 and a 1 for 11 in the series. Ayala will wait. Ortiz stepping out. Well, we are back to the bullpens, even though the starters are the pitcher of record in the game. Pitch is going to miss and a 2-0 count. Ortiz 0 for 7. Lifetime off Ayala. Ben Cherington, GM, after the ball game last night, comments in support of Ortiz, who had a real expletive deleted tirade 2 nights ago regarding leadership in the Red Sox and where he stood in that department and how he wasn't getting enough respect for the things that he did, and enough was never enough, and on and on and on. Ben Cherington said after the game, believe me, we respect him. Pitch is going to be taken, and David Ortiz will be ahead on the count here, 3-1. Cherington said, we certainly support him. We have a lot of respect for him, and we want him to be on our side, and I'm glad he is. Quoted at MLB.com. Here's the 3-1 delivery to Ortiz. Back in the warning track. Jones is there. 2 down. Voting for the 2012 All-Star Game. You can do it now at Orioles.com/All-Star. Honor the 20th anniversary of Camden Yards by voting at least 20 times. You can vote up to 25 online. Vote early, vote often. Select those you believe have earned the right to go to Kansas City. And you can do it at Orioles.com/All-Star. And when you do, you are automatically registered for an All-Star sweepstakes for an autographed signed jersey from the 2012 Oriole All-Stars. Here's Adrian Gonzalez. 2 down, nobody on. Gonzalez with an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Ayala's pitch. That is in there for a strike.
Look at Nick Johnson on the bench catching his wind after a couple home run trots today.
Gonzalez an 0 for 4 off Ayala. 1-1 delivery. Nice pitch. Kept it down and away. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Shift on against Gonzalez. A lifetime .411 hitter against the Orioles, but this year, so far at least, a couple of hits in 11 at-bats in this series. And the delivery to him is outside. Scooped by Exposito. And the count goes to 2-2. Orioles with a day off tomorrow. Kansas City comes in for the weekend set. Hamill, Chen, Brian Mattis against Bruce Chen, Paulino, and Hoshaver. for Kansas City. And the Orioles have a big road trip coming up. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Protecting and fouls it away. Big crowd, 27,806 for the day game, 27,806. And as we said, a lot of youngsters on hand to see the ball game and enjoy the pregame festivities. And we all wondered, who's feeding them? Who's paying for it? Here's the 2-2 delivery. That's going to be a base hit. Real nice piece of hitting right there. Gonzalez going where they weren't playing him, gets the single in a 4-game hit streak for him.
Yeah, the hits he's gotten this series have all been to the left side of second base.
Gets ahead on the count, stops worrying about pulling, and just takes the ball, right?
Oh, yeah, he's a pure hitter. He can hit to all fields. And most generally, I mean, his power numbers are down a little bit this year, but he has power to all parts of the park.
And that will be hit number 10 for the Red Sox. Here's Youkilis. Single, scored, walk, and flied out. And the pitch will be taken for a ball up high. So the Red Sox getting one back yesterday off the DL, with Youkilis coming back with that back problem. 4 games, rehab, AAA. Here's the 1-0 delivery to him. Under the hands on the corner for a strike, 1-1. He is Mr. Movement at the plate. Never seems to stop until he finally starts swinging.
Right. His hand up there just kind of balancing on the top of his right hand, just in his fingertips.
I asked him a couple of years ago I said, why'd you start doing that? He said, I have no idea. He said, I just did it one day and it felt good. It wasn't anything anybody suggested or anything I thought of, really. I just held my hand up there trying to feel comfortable at the plate. It seemed to work, so I stayed with it.
Well, it's all about feel up there and feeling comfortable. Whatever it takes to get yourself into a good hitting position consistently.
That one in the air to left field. That's going to be a base hit. Stopping at second base, Gonzalez. Kevin Youkilis gets a single. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. So at 2 down, the Red Sox get back-to-back singles off Ayala. And Kevin Youkilis is going to come out of the ball game for a pinch runner, as Lynn will come on to run for him. That will avoid any more collisions with that bad back. He already had one at the plate today, and also, of course, it puts more speed on at first base. 2 on.
Yeah, Lynn picked up his first major league hit the other night.
Shea Schwein-Lin at first base. Gonzalez at second. Middlebrooks outside for a ball. Middlebrooks with an RBI in the game. Couple of hits. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Troy Patton in the bullpen for the Orioles. And a strike on the outside corner. Obviously, late innings, 7th inning, very important for the Orioles, who are down by 1, not to give up any more as they're right back in this ball game. Middlebrooks 0 for 2 off Ayala. Inside, almost caught the hands, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
Well, I know not even Matt Wieters, J.J. Hardy getting the day off today, but pretty much everybody on this team looking forward to the off day tomorrow. Of course, there are a couple innings left to play, so they're going to push through this, but everybody's been playing hard. They've had a pretty good run.
2-1 delivery, and it took a little off it. A lot off it, in fact. 2-2.
Yeah, nice pitch. He's been painting that outside corner.
Two, 2 down, 2 on. Middlebrooks 17 RBIs on the year, 1 in this game. And he'll foul it back. Righties against Ayala, 233. The left-handers have hit only 190 against the Orioles relievers. Real good ball games. This 3-game set against the Red Sox, with a lot more to come for these two teams. Two. So the runners will be going. Gonzalez at second, Lynn at first. 3-ball, 2-strike count, 2 away.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that little slider. It seems like that's the pitch he's been commanding the best here the last couple innings.
Adam Jones moves a couple of steps over towards left field and center on the count. Ayala. Here's the 3-2. Wow, that hit him or foul ball? Foul ball. Not sure where it hit the bat.
No, that was one of those self-defense. I think he might have been thinking about a slider as well. And this fastball just takes off inside. Just enough to live to fight for another pitch.
Ayala again. Runners going. 3-2 delivery.
Well, there's that little slider. Fought off a tough pitch there after getting a boring fastball in on the knuckles.
Here goes Middlebrooks again. He has done this all 3 of these games. He's had bats where he takes 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches. Should be the third 3-2 pitch. And that's going to head towards the seats. And there'll be no play off the roof of the dugout. So Ayala and Middlebrooks are locked up in a good one. Against the veteran pitcher Ayala. Three ball, 2-strike delivery again. And that's going to be looped. That needs to be caught. Avery's there, and he's got it. No runs with a couple left on base. 7th inning stretch time. Good finish to come. Brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey Fly Straight. Drink responsibly. The 5-4 lead, but the Orioles have come back trailing 5-2. A couple of home runs by Nick Johnson have been the difference in this ball game, and again, the fact they've done it before gives them confidence they can do it again, and you sense that all the time in these games where the Orioles come back late.
Yeah, well, Nick Johnson's obviously given them a lift today with the 2 home runs, but it's a never say die attitude. The confidence continues to grow and build with this offense late in the game. You know, they're not saying they're out of this ball game. Jake Arrieta and Bard both kind of battled through about 5 innings. Bullpen came in. Both bullpen guys give up 2-run home runs. So here we are at this point, a 1-run ball game, and I say advantage Orioles.
Well, and another advantage for both clubs really is the fact they've got days off tomorrow, so the bullpens can be used. You can go to the pitcher you might not use if there were a game tomorrow.
Yeah, with the off day, they're just going to try to win this ball game, the rubber game of the series. You know, an interdivision, rivalry here. So whatever it takes to win this ball game, they're going to bring the arms they have.
Orioles looking for their 4th consecutive series win, something that's not happened since 1960. Those are the kind of things we've talked about so far this year, the change, all these numbers that have been so negative over the years getting turned around, at least in the first 2 months of the season by these Orioles.
Right. Well, this is a new ball club. Brian Roberts talked about it yesterday when we had him up here in the booth. A couple new guys here, obviously the trade, getting Hamill over here and Lindstrom. New look, new attitude, a lot of confidence. Bullpen's really giving everybody a big lift. And the home runs that they've been able to produce here in the early going are giving them the confidence here late in the ball game.
And you saw Rich Hill is coming out of the bullpen again to try and get it done. Miller came on in that last inning, and he worked 2/3 of an inning, but charged with a couple of runs on the 1 hit, the 2-run homer by Johnson. Gonzalez goes to first base, and Lynn goes to right for the Red Sox. And a swing and a miss by Exposito. Exposito is hit into a fielder's choice and grounded out. Exposito, Avery, and Andino due up. Left-hander's delivery, and that's going to be up and in. The teaching, coaching process never ends.
No, it sure doesn't. Everybody's trying to get better every time out on the field.
Pretty good fastball right there. 1-2.
We saw Hill the other night, and average fastball can get it up to 92, but his slider's the pitch. He throws it to both lefties and righties.
And we'll get the strikeout on Exposito.
Well, I mentioned the slider, and he doesn't care about it. He just throws another fastball. 93 up in the zone. Gets it by Exposito.
Hill records the out. Now Avery. Avery, a double, a single. Has hit into a fielder's choice. Again, Middlebrooks, as he does each time Avery's up, moves in at third base, and the pitch is there for a strike.
Well, not only does Middlebrooks move up, but Dustin Pedroia is short at second base, and Gonzalez probably anticipating a potential bunt as well.
0-1 delivery. Hill appeared in the game on Monday, the opener of the series. He gave up a run on 3 hits in just 1/3 of an inning. But the Red Sox would hang on to pick up the win in that ball game. Veteran Rich Hill, left-handers, just 2 for 18 against him. Right-handers 3 for 12. And that pitch is going to be in there for a strike. He ends up almost over at first base.
Yeah, he's got some deception here, a little funky arms and legs coming. Cross fires and then falls off towards the first base line. A lot of things happening out there on the mound for Hill.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Off speed and got him. So Hill comes on and records a couple of strikeouts.
Well, there's that big breaking ball. And we talked about all the movement that Hill has, and it looks like he jumps into the Orioles dugout to throw this breaking ball, ends up on the outside corner.
And that's all he's going to get to do. Hill will work 2/3 of an inning. He'll get the 2 strikeouts. With Andino, the right-hander, coming up. Bobby Valentine on his way to the mound to get the right-hander out of the bullpen. It is a 5-4 Red Sox lead, bottom of the 7th. Home runs, 3 RBIs. Nava's delivered at the plate with a home run, a single, and he's got that RBI. And Kelly Shopik with the, right now, what would be the difference in the game as he had a 2 RBI homer. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 318-26. On the mound comes Padilla.
Yeah, Padilla's been in 17 games this year, 5.40 ERA, but has thrown better lately. Really likes to pound the strike zones, though. He doesn't fall behind many hitters. Thrown 18 innings this year, 22 hits, 11 earned runs. Lefties hitting .211, righties .378.
And he will face with 2 down the Orioles' number 2 hitter today, Robert Andino, a single, 1 for 2 and a walk. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the 7th, and a strike on the outside corner. Padilla, an attack pitcher, comes right at you. Andino's 1 for 2 off him lifetime. 2 strikeouts recorded by Hill. Andrew Miller, 2/3 of an inning, 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. And another strike taken. Andino turning around to question Brian Gorman again.
Yeah, he didn't like that pitch. It was up in the zone. May have caught the top of the box. He gets painted on the first pitch away, and that pitch is Robert Andino right. That's high.
Well, Andino's got to protect here with a 2-strike count. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That's right there. That one right down the middle. Andino flips the bat, looking at Gorman. He better be careful. With a couple of strikeouts today, Curtis, you've won a total of $700 from the Maryland Lottery. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, play Strike It Rich Scratch House and enter your non-winning ticket codes at mdlottery.com/strikeitRich. Orioles go to the bullpen again, and here is Darren O'Day.
Yeah, Darren O'Day been in 20 games this year. He's had great success out there. 22 innings pitched, only 3 earned runs. Mixes that sinker in with the upshoot fastball and slider. Having success off both lefties and righties. 111 off lefties, 191 off righties.
O'Day, the different look in the last 7 innings, nothing. And 7 strikeouts have been recorded by O'Day. Without Matt Lidstrom, O'Day has had a little more work than he might have had otherwise, and he's filled the bill. He comes in for Ayala, worked an inning in the 3rd, gave up a run on 3 hits. 4 runs charged Arrieta, the starter. Daniel Bard, 2 runs, 5 hits over 5 1/3. Miller came on and worked 2/3 of an inning, gave up the 2-run homer. 2 runs, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout. Hill, 2/3 of an inning, 2 strikeouts, and Padilla currently on the mound for Boston. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Nava with a single, a home run, and a walk. Big day for the left fielder for the Red Sox. O'Day's pitch is in there for a strike. Now the Red Sox come off the 2 hits they had in last night's game, season low. They've got 11 hits in this game, but lead by only 1. They've left 7 on. The Orioles have left 4 so far. The 0-1 by O'Day. That's up high.
Well, he really utilizes that pitch well. That's that upshoot fastball we talked about. Very effective. He hits his spots. He's consistent. Rarely falls behind.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Nava will put that one up in the air. Right to Avery. 1 down. Our Hollywood Casino League leaderboard in this day game. Take a look at the American League reliever ERA numbers. Ryan Cook of Oakland, Zippo. Fernando Rodney, Tampa Bay. Then Jim Johnson, the Oriole closer. Pedro Strop, who's come on, picked up saves, had holds, big outs. Scott Atchison with Boston. And then Ogando, and then Darren Day with a 1.23. So few of those around in this game in the bullpens for the Red Sox and the Orioles. Here is Scott Posednik. Just trying to bloop one into left field. Yeah, that's what Posednik did and made a living of it.
Yeah, pretty interesting approach right there. Actually, he's kind of running out of the box. Looks like he just tried to tap it over Betterman's head at third.
0-1 count, 1 down. Posednik, sacrifice, single, run scored, hit into a double play, puts the air in the right field. Markakis back at the wall. Oh my, goodbye home run. Scott Posednik. First game in 2 years in the majors last night, and now in his second game delivers a homer, and it's 6-4.
Well, he gets on this pitch after that kind of funky first swing at the first pitch, almost like a setup swing to be aggressive on this pitch in the inner third of the plate, and he gets after it the right way and hits it out over the 373 sign.
You just never know what this game will bring. A Scott Posednik home run for Boston wasn't one of those things that would have been thought about even a couple of days ago. September 2010 is the last time he had a home run. Posednik. September 6th of 2010 for Posednik, and he gets one here. Shopik, he's had one. His second home run of the season came in the 6th, a 2-run homer. He's walked and popped out. Well, both teams using the long ball today. 3 home runs for the Red Sox and 2 for the Orioles. 1-1 delivery towards the hole. Knocked down Andino. Impossible play. It'll go to the backstop but stay there, and Shopik will be on with a single.
Well, Andino shows his nice range getting over to it in the hole, but has to take a couple extra steps to regroup. Knows that Kelly Shopik's running, the catcher, so the speed isn't there. But if he was able to set up maybe in 1 or 2 less steps, he might have had a better shot at Shopik.
Hit number 13 for the Red Sox. Avila's top of the order. He is single, 1 for 4. Avila's hitting at 272. And a check swing, foul ball. Well, the Oriole bullpen getting tested in this game. Still just a 2-run ball game, with the Orioles getting a couple more at bats, but need to hold the Red Sox down. Avila's second on the team in home runs with 8. He's already surpassed his total for last year when he had 7. His career high is 10. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him, and a good pitch by O'Day. Avila's moving into the leadoff spot and having back-to-back days in which he picked up home runs leading off a ball game. Troy Patton, second time up in the bullpen. Here's the 0-2 delivery to him. Reached Markakis. Going back and makes the catch. 2 down. Take a look at our PNC Minor League report, brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. Jason Esposito. Last 6 games, Delmarva. 360 season, 265, a homer, 19 RBIs, and 4 stolen bases. Playing at third base, and the infielder on a streak right now with that 360 average during the last 6.
Another one of those talented young players for the Delmarva Shorebirds.
Here's Dustin Pedroia taken down low for a ball, 1 for 4 in the ball game. Mentioned earlier, Dylan Bundy's going to make the move to Frederick. He'll pitch on Saturday. Also moving up with him as a right-hander, 22-year-old Mike Wright, a third-round pick out of East Carolina, promoted from Frederick to Bowie. That pitch is in there for a strike. He's a power pitcher, big heavy fastball starter who gets ground balls.
Yeah, he made a couple appearances in spring training, and he opened up some eyes. It's funny, you're on the bench in spring training, and some of the guys they call over, all of a sudden they do some things out on the field in a spring training contest, and everybody starts talking about it. You hear people, hey, where's this guy from? You know, where did he pitch last year? But he's on the map for sure.
Pedroia chasing one away. Pedroia starting this ball game right on the money with his average against the Orioles. He came in hitting .318 this year against the Orioles. His career average is .316 against the O's. Ended his 20-game hit streak against the Orioles last night when he took the over. But his second at bat today got a single and would score on a Middlebrook single later in the inning. 1-2 delivery outside. Navas had a home run, his second of the year. Posednik getting the home run here in this inning. Shopik, 2 RBI homer, accounting for the Red Sox runs. One came in on a double play ground ball in the second inning. Nick Johnson has had 2 home runs, good for 3 RBIs for the Orioles in the game. 2-2 delivery, and again trying to get him to chase, and he refuses. Chris Davis, a sac fly, the other run for the O's.
He's shown Pedroia everything he's got this at bat so far. Pitched him really tough.
Shopping off first, 3-2 with 2 down. He'll be going. And O'Day's delivery is going to be fought off again by Pedroia. In this series, and maybe for the future, Pedroia, along with Middlebrooks, are going to drive pitchers crazy. And Youkilis, you get him back in the lineup. You got 3 guys who's going to take 8, 9, 10 pitches every at bat to get them either out or on, one way or the other.
Yeah, they wear you out. They foul off pitches. They have a great idea of their own strike zone.
3-2 coming again. Runner goes, and he got him. Gaudet gets the strikeout, but a run in. The home run by Scott Posednik has increased the lead by 2. Tremendous effort by Brian Madison to start last night. I'm getting my confidence back, going out there, having a good game plan, being able to attack the zone. Like I said, I forgot all about last year. I look at that as just a fluke for me. It's about being able to keep getting better each time out. I haven't forgotten what it feels like to lose, so these wins are special. And he was outstanding, giving up only 2 hits in the ball game. He'll get his next start on Sunday against Luke Hochevar in game 3 of the series against Kansas City.
Yeah, we've seen him get better and better and better. His last 4 starts, you can just see the improvement, his confidence building. He's feeling good about all of his pitches. Last night, that breaking ball was something special.
Well, Nick Markakis coming up. The good thing, he can't hit into a double play. There's nobody on. Nick has had a tough afternoon. 3rd inning, hit into a double play, line drive to short. 5th inning, same thing happens again to him. 2 line drive double plays, 0 for 3. The other time a fly ball out. It's a 2-run ball game.
A Padilla-Ephus pitch right there.
Yeah. And Markakis just watched it go by for a ball. Padilla coming on in relief of Hill, and will get it in there for a strike. The Orioles were struck out in the 7th inning, 2 by Hill, 1 by Padilla. Markakis, Jones, and Davis. This is the meat of the order, and we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Padilla with a 1-1. It's away. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Markakis against Padilla's 9 for 14 with a home run.
Good matchup.
Unless you're Padilla.
Right.
Two and 1. And he's up high. Don't think Padilla doesn't know those numbers. And the count goes to 3-1. Markakis will gladly take a walk here to get the potential tying run to the plate. Padilla pitched in the game on Monday, getting another hold in that one. 2/3 of an inning, didn't give anything up. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Markakis takes it, a strike call. Nick doesn't do that very often.
No, he doesn't like it. And here in the last couple innings, there's been some questionable calls. Pitch track shows that pitch is off the plate.
Anything close to that this time, he'll be swinging. 3-ball, 2-strike delivery by Padilla, and Markakis is on. Lead-off walk in the 8th inning for the Orioles. Follow the O's with MLB.com at Bat12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat 31826 or go to Orioles.com. Alfredo Aceves, the closer for the Red Sox. Bailey, of course, intended to be there, but injured and out. Here is Adam Jones. A single, 1 for 2 and a walk, 15-game hit streak. Runner at first, and he'll foul it away. So here we go again. Late inning, tight ball game.
Yeah, and the Orioles have really thrived in these situations coming back. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast about Wilson Betterman being such a clutch hitter with all of his home runs mattering, and Adam Jones right there as well.
Jones is 5 for 10 off Padilla. Here's the 0-1. Adam Jones down the line left field, and it is a fair ball. Markakis on his way to third. Jones on his way to second base. And the Orioles get the potential tying run to second with nobody out.
Nice piece of hitting right there by Adam Jones. Able to get to this pitch, fight it off. It's off the plate in. And Adam Jones kind of praying that it stays fair, holds up in the box a little bit. So he's a little late getting down the line, and actually a bad decision by not out in left field to throw to third base. If he would have gone directly to second, it might have kept that double play in order. Adam Jones reads the throw, though, and is able to get in there safe.
So now Chris Davis, the shift put on. He has struck out, flied out, RBI, sac fly. Nobody out, 2 on, 8th inning. 7 hits now for the Orioles. 2 of them by Jones. Davis off the fist to the screen by the Red Sox dugout. Padilla's had trouble with the Orioles over his career. He's won 2 and lost 6, and his ERA against the Orioles is 8.65. As the Orioles have faced him in 13 games, 8 of those as a starter. 1 strikeout.
Shift on Davis.
1-1. Davis 0 for 1 against Padilla. Can the Orioles do it again?
There are a lot of
late inning comeback.
Many times base runners taught the ground ball to the left side of the infield if you're on second base, not to advance to third, but with this shift might give Adam Jones an opportunity to.
1-1 delivery. 1-2. The Orioles this year, when they have trailed after 7, have won 6. 6 and 14 in those games. That's a lot of comeback wins. That's a whole season's worth for the Orioles from last year. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Davis. Markakis, the walk at third. Jones, the double at second. Padilla with a 1-2. And he gets him swinging.
Well, up in the zone seems to be the target on Chris Davis. Unable to get to this high fastball. Just swinging underneath it. Saw the damage he can do with a low fastball, dropping the head on it earlier in the series, but Padilla recognized that and stays at the top of the strike zone, getting the K.
Well, here's one of the Orioles who have been up for the late inning heroics. Betamit is 0 for 5 off Padilla, 1 down. And the pitch is up high. Manager Buck Showalter talking about the fact Betamit will get better as the days heat up. You see the numbers for him going up from April to May, May to June, June to July, and then staying about the same in August, tapering off at the end. So indeed, Buck Showalter, in saying that, absolutely right about what he's done in his career. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Betamit swings through it. Padilla getting some strikes here, 1-1.
Well, he humped up on that fastball, 94 miles an hour.
Battle joined here in the 8th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Markakis and Jones get their leads. Wilson Betamit waiting. Betamit in the air to right center field, not particularly deep, and diving, making the catch is Lynn. It will score a run, but a big out.
Wow.
Sacrifice fly will make it 6-5, but if that falls in, the Orioles tie the ball game.
Yeah, it might have been a potential game-saving play right there by Lynn. Quite an effort. Betamit with the broken bat tries to bloop it in, and out of nowhere comes Lynn with the diving play. Quite an effort.
He has been, for the last 2 years in a row, the minor league defensive player of the year in the Red Sox organization. And Lynn shows you why on that catch. Bobby Valentine is out, so is Padilla. Lynn with a big catch. The closer, Aceves, coming on. Save in game one.
Yeah, he's got 10 saves and 12 opportunities this year. Been in 20 ball games. A high ERA for a closer, but he's been put into that role. 20 innings pitched, 19 hits, 10 earned runs, 22 Ks though, so he's able to get that strikeout. Can top out at about 96 miles an hour. Lefties having the most success off him at 268, righties at 222. And he's got a challenge in front of him with Nick Johnson. Today already 2 home runs to lead the way for the Orioles. We'll look at a couple of his swings earlier in the ball game. The second inning, a 2-run shot. And that's a second home run. Nice swing off the lefty Miller. And the Orioles show their appreciation as he steps up into the box.
The 5th time in his career he has had a 2-homer ball game. The last one May of 06 against the Dodgers. Has he got his first 3-homer game in him? A 6-5 ball game. Red Sox up by 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Johnson 0 for 1 against Aceves. 2 home runs and a walk today. Adam Jones at second base. Lynn making the diving catch that could indeed be the play of the ball game. And that sac fly by Betamit, who picks up the RBI to make it a 1-run game. Nick Johnson will take it, and an off-speed pitch is in for a strike. Betamit, 22 runs batted in on the year. Now Jones at second, trying to get off as far as he can. Timeout taken at the plate. Late inning offenses for both these teams. Here's Aceves with the 0-1. Nick Johnson fouls it back. 2 strikes.
Well, it's definitely crucial at any part of the ball game to have a good secondary lead, and with Adam Jones out at second base and being a 1-run ball game, it matters. If there's a base hit, outfielders are going to be aggressive, try to cut that run down at the plate, so every inch really counts. See him take his walking lead out there.
Aceves steps off again.
And as an infielder in this position, now typically you wouldn't really try to keep him close because you don't want to distract your pitcher or be out of position, but you have to pay some attention at him, try to get him to short and out.
Dismissed inside. Everybody oohing and eyeing, including Aceves, who walks in. Takes a look.
Yeah, kind of showing up the umpire a little bit right there.
Ryan Gorman stands and just stares out. Count goes to 1-2. Two down. Aceves looks to Jones. Here's the 1-2. Nick Johnson goes down swinging. So Aceves comes on and gets it done. 1 run in, and it's a 1-run ball game. On Masson, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Dodge. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup. Barry Thorne and Mike Bordick at Camden Yards for our day game today to round out this series rubber match. Orioles trying to take the series. It would be their 4th in a row against the Red Sox. Troy Patton is going to come on to pitch as we go to the 9th.
Yeah, and Patton's in here obviously to face David Ortiz and Gonzalez in the heart of their lineup, and he's done a nice job against lefties this year. He's in 20 innings pitched, 16 Ks. Lefties hitting 225 off him. Righties having a bit more success at 262 with 3 home runs.
And Patton try and hold down the middle of this lineup. David Ortiz, an 0 for 4 in the ball game, a 1 for 12 so far in the series, but ever dangerous. Ortiz 2 for 6, lifetime off Patton. In for O'Day, worked an inning, a run on 2 hits and a strikeout for Darren O'Day. Showed bunt, takes it inside. Ayala, an inning and a third, a run on 3 hits. Arrieta, the starter, 4 runs, 8 hits, 5 2/3 innings. Both starters, Arrieta, Daniel Bard, still the pitchers of record. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Ortiz down low, 2-0. Bard gave up 2 runs, 5 hits, 5 1/3. Andrew Miller, 2 runs, 1 hit, 2/3 of an inning. Hill, he worked 2/3 of an inning, couple of strikeouts. Padilla, 2/3 of an inning, a run on a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. 2-0 delivery to Ortiz. And that is in there for a strike from Patton.
A nice slider right there for a strike.
David Ortiz playing in his 178th game against the Orioles. 266 career average. 34 home runs off the O's. Patton comes back on him and evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The book on David Ortiz is for years has been pitch him in, but you have to make quality pitches in there, and that was a nice fastball down and in with some late movement to get underneath the hands of David Ortiz. The only thing he could do with it was foul it off.
And he asked for a timeout. Ortiz leads the majors in extra base hits, 25, tied for second in the American League with doubles. He's got 15. Came into the day 5th in average, 3rd in slugging, tied for 4th in runs. 2 ball, 2 strikeout. That's fouled outside of first base. Cal will stay at 2-2. 1-run ball game in the 9th. The Orioles had a 1-0 lead, then it was 1-1, then it was 2-1 Orioles, then it was 2-2. Red Sox got the lead, 6th inning, 5-2. The Orioles came right back in the bottom half and got 2 to make it a 1-run ball game. The Red Sox added 1 in the 8th, and the Orioles got it back in the 8th. Ortiz to Avery. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Ortiz with an 0 for 5 heads back. Gonzalez 1 for 4. Picked up a single his last time up.
The bottom of this Red Sox lineup has really done the damage today. 3 home runs.
A little chopper down to first. Davis to the bag. 2 down. Daniel Navas had a home run. Sednick's had a couple of runs scored, a home run. Shopik has had a 2 RBI homer and a 2-hit day. Those are the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Red Sox.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have that kind of depth in your lineup, and the Orioles aren't strangers to that. They have pretty good power all the way through consistently in their lineup as well.
So Lynn's going to get his first at bat. He came on as a pinch runner for Youkilis and then stayed on in right field, sending Gonzalez from right to first base. And he's made what right now stands as the defensive play of the game on the Betterman fly ball in the 8th inning. was a sac fly, but he made a great diving catch. Otherwise, the ball game would have been tied up. He will take that one for a strike. Lynn, another one of the players getting an opportunity because of the injuries to the outfielders. 6 of them on the DL for the Red Sox. Sheshuan Lin got his first big league start on Monday and had a single for his first major league hit. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Troy Patton's delivery to him. Everybody headed in except Brian Gorman, the umpire. Therefore, everybody heads back. 2-2.
Yeah, pretty good pitch right there. And I think Gorman forgot who was pitching because it was Aceves in the last inning that was arguing with him about balls and strikes. Troy Patton's been pretty consistently around the plate. Made a nice pitch there.
And the 2-2 delivery on the way. And foul back again by Lynn. If Lynn can get the bat, there is no question about the glove. He has been a tremendous defensive player in their minor league organization. He was hitting .256, 2 home runs with the AAA team in Pawtucket in 36 games prior to the call-up. 2-2 delivery. And that's where it will stay.
Well, there's always an adjustment period for younger players to get opportunities to make it to the major leagues, and most managers will say that until their bat comes alive and they get used to major league pitching, they better be able to play some good defense, and Lynch showed why he's out there.
2-2, fooled him and got him. Patton gets the strikeout, retires the side in order. The Orioles have 3 outs to come with a run to continue it, a 2 to win it. Greg, you take a look on this beautiful early summer afternoon here in Baltimore. Great ball game, 6-5 Red Sox, bottom of the 9th inning. Aceves, the closer, came on to get the final out in the 8th, striking out Nick Johnson. He's got Flaherty, Exposito, and Avery due up in the bottom of the 9th. The Orioles have come back in ball games trailing after 8 3 times to win. Tough thing to do in Major League Baseball. Aceves, Flaherty takes it. It's outside for a ball. Bard stands to be the winner. He would be 4-5. Arrieta would be the loser, 2-5, if the game stays as it is. And Aceves trying to get a save. Aceves works very slowly on the mound, takes a long time, plays cat and mouse with the hitters, steps off a lot. Middlebrook's in at third base. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Flaherty on a slider, 2-0.
Yeah, falling behind here.
Now, what would you?
Ball game You know, in a set base with runners on base, can tend to get frustrated and lose his focus. So Flaherty hopefully can work the count and get on base.
Had one to hit and fouled it back. 2 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, aggressive swing. He was looking to tie it up with that one.
Flaherty hit by a pitch, reached on a fielder's choice and is grounded out. Getting his first start in this 3-game set. The Orioles have a 4-1 lead against Boston on the year. They've won 8 of the last 10 against the Red Sox. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball, strike called. Off speed, 2-2. And the 2-2 delivery. Flaherty again back into the screen. Just missing on a couple of cuts here in this at bat.
Yeah, he's had some good passes. Don't want to get too big, though, with 2 strikes. He's got a battle here, try to find a way to get on base. I'm sure Seves is going to stay away.
Again, the 2-2 delivery. And a chopper right back to the mound. Got in on him and gets the out. 1 away. Updating you on the voting to the AT&T Player of the Game. There are the results so far. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. Results on the O's Extra post-game show. Matt Wieters being announced as the pinch hitter for Exposito and 1 away.
The crowd showing their appreciation for what Matt Wieters has done. Showing tremendous power from the left side early on this year. Kind of been in a little bit of a slump lately. But nice numbers as a pinch hitter.
Wieters a 1 for 9 off of Seves. 1 for 1 as a pinch hitter there this season. And the Orioles looking to get 1 run here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Keep it alive. Now that he foul back going after the first one seen. Wieters getting a couple of days off as a starter, with today and then tomorrow being an off day. Just a little time to heal up all the nicks and bruises. The 0-1 delivery. Slow roller down to first base, and that is a foul ball.
Yeah, it's not too often that you see Matt Wieters with a nice clean white uniform in the 9th inning of a ball game. Usually he's all sweaty and dirty and probably some blood stain somewhere.
Game-winning RBI right now belongs to Kelly Shoppach with a home run he had in the 6th inning. 2 RBI homer. Out to the mound, Shoppach. Tying into a Seves. Wieters with a 2-strike count. Just gets enough of that to foul it off and hold it at 2 strikes. The Orioles have gone 8-3 in 1-run games, while the Red Sox are 3-5 in such affairs. And again, the 0-2 delivery. And Wieters another slow roller. Kelly Shoppach's got it. He'll make the play. A couple of ground balls. 1 to the pitcher, 1 to the catcher. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and there are 2 outs. Xavier Avery will come to the plate. A double, a single. 2 for 4 in the ball game, and a run scored.
Yeah, Buck hoping that Xavier Avery continues to work his magic in the box, working some way to get on base. the top of the lineup up there.
Chavez, after his 11th save. 2 down. Up high for a ball. Nick Johnson, a 2-homer game, but right now not enough. 1-0 foul back.
Pretty good pass right there by Xavier Avery. Got the head out. Just fouled it off. Just missed.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. Inside, 2-1. Red Sox trying to conclude this series, take 2 out of 3, get back to 500. 2-1 delivery. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Avery. Red Sox will be heading home for a weekend series against Tampa Bay. They get the day off tomorrow. Orioles day off. Kansas City comes in Friday for the weekend series. Here's the 2-2 delivery.
Xavier choking up on the bat a little bit for some more bat control with 2 strikes.
Oriole fans on their feet. 2-2 delivery. Avery, another roller. This is Pedroia. Hustles it over, and that's the ball game. So 3 ground balls in the bottom of the 9th wrap it up. Red Sox take 2 out of 3, winning this one 6-5. Bard gets the win. He is 4-5. Arrieta takes the loss. He is 2-5, and the save goes to Aceves. After the day off, Kansas City's here on Friday to open it up. Jason Hamill will take the mound against Bruce Chen. Our coverage will begin at 6:30 on MASN 2 with those extra, presented by Jeep, followed by game action at 7. For Mike Bordick and all of our crew here at Camden Yards, I'm Gary Thorne. We thank you for joining us. The final, Red Sox 6 and the Orioles 5. This has been a MASN presentation. Jim and Rick, those extra is coming right up. Adieu, adieu.